Welcome to Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken Thursday Night Lights, presented by Cincinnati Area Toyota Dealers. Tonight from Doug Adams Stadium in Xenia, the Trotwood Madison Rams take on the Alter Knights. Good evening. Thank you for spending your Thursday with us. I'm Matt Digby, joined by Keith Byers. We'll also hear shortly from Tej Joshi. Keith, last year this game between the Knights and the Rams, it was an instant classic, a 26-24 win. Trotwood able to come from behind and get what was their first win of 2022. So a lot of anticipation for this year's matchup in 2023.
Yeah, this Trotwood team, they were young a year, 2 years ago, but now they're mature, they're fired up, they're ready to go. Being at practice yesterday, you could tell they love to be in prime time. So the Knights in prime time, Thursday night lights. If you're not ready to play football tonight, you need to get another sport to play. But those guys were intense at practice yesterday, so I'm expecting a really big game tonight out of both teams.
And both teams, in fact, coming off 2 straight wins, a chance to go 3 in a row after putting the Week 1 losses behind them. Time now to introduce our third member of the broadcast team, Tej Joshi. Good evening, Tej.
Good evening, guys. Just as you put it, both teams are really pumped for tonight's game. I can feel the energy here at the stadium. It's going to be a good match. Now, I chatted with a little bit on both sidelines with some of the coaches. You're going to want to watch the passing game on both teams. They're both expecting to throw the ball a little bit. So if you're watching at home, keep your eye there. But after walking the sidelines, one specific player I want to make sure that we talk about when we talk about big energy tonight, number 4, Kamari Henderson over on Trotwood. I saw him getting ready. He looks like he's ready to pop for a big game tonight. And of course, it is perfect football weather tonight. You can feel that slight breeze in the air. For a full look at our forecast for tonight's match, let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Natalie Walters.
Hey everyone, beautiful evening for some football for Thursday Night Lights. Going to see a cloudier sky and also a slight chance for a shower through the evening. You may want to bring an umbrella just in case, but any rain that we do see is going to likely not last for very long. We're going to be seeing temperatures in the 70s though, so thankfully not too hot across the area as Trotwood Madison takes on Alter at Xenia. Overall, going to be a nice night for some football.
Thank you, Natalie. Coming up next, the coin toss and the opening kickoff as Alter gets ready to face Trotwood Madison. You're watching Thursday Night Lights.
I dropped it. We'll do it again. It's tails. Alter, you have won the toss. What would you like to do? Alter wants the ball. Which end would you like to defend? Scoreboard? Yeah, that's what Coach wanted. Go that way. Alter has won the toss and chooses to receive.
So that was referee Ray Bradshaw conducting the coin toss presented by Toyota. As you heard, the Alter Knights winning the toss, and they wanted the ball. They will be going right to left across your screen. They will be going toward the north end zone as the Gray Skies have made their presence known just a little bit. As you heard Natalie Walters mention, there may be the chance of a shower or two throughout the first half, but nothing too concerning as far as potential of the game being delayed. Matt Digby, Keith Byers, Tej Joshi welcoming you to Week 4 of Thursday Night Lights. And this should be a great game, especially when you look at these two teams. Both had tough Week 1 losses, but they were able to put those losses behind them, get 2 straight wins, and now the chance to go 3 wins in a row. As you see for Alter, Colin Wayner, one of the men back deep, and we are just about set for the opening kickoff. Victor Odumodu, the kickoff, will send the ball away from the 45-yard line. This kickoff presented by Wright and Schulte. It is Week 4 of high school football in Ohio, and a short kick will be taken on a couple hops by an up man. So Alter will start near the 34-yard line. That was Carter Sheets on the recovery, and Alter will have their first possession starting around their own 34-yard line. Let's take a look at Keith's keys to the game, presented by Jeff Schmidt Auto Group.
Well, I'm looking for Trotwood to start this game fast. You know, that's one of the keys to their success this year, of getting off to a fast start. And can they win the turnover battle? And for Alter, you know, they have to control the line of scrimmage on both sides. So that offensive line of Alter has to keep Trotwood's defensive line at bay and keep this game close, because in the past it's been close games. And I think if it's a close game, Alter has a chance to win it in the fourth quarter.
We're going to see a matchup of experienced quarterbacks. Gavin Connor under center to start for the Knights' opening drive. And on the first play, it's a handoff to the fullback, Mikey Rose. Good for a gain of about maybe 2.5. And that's kind of an ideal start for Alter. Just pound the ball up the middle and get yards. Let's hear a look at the starting lineup for the Alter offense.
we have to, Alter runs that wishbone offense. So the key for Trotwood tonight is to read their keys. You have to, pay attention to your keys, because if you try to follow the ball, sometimes you will be trickered because they run a lot of play action and, different fakes off that wishbone. And, this formation, they come out as regular basic I formation, slot I.
You see 3 men in the backfield as part of the basic Alter formation, and a play action now as Connor on the option keeper. He's going to keep it himself out past the 40. One broken tackle inside Trotwood territory, I should say, and that's going to be a first down pickup on the QB keeper for the junior Gavin Connor, and that's good for a first down presented by Arby's. So 2 plays, 2 runs, 2 successful plays from the point of Alter.
Well, that's what Alter wants to do. They want to run the ball, eat up clock, and control the line of scrimmage. And so far, after it's only 2 plays, but they're doing exactly that. They're controlling the line of scrimmage.
So Gavin Connor with the pickup as one drive. We already have a team cross the 50. Again, greeting you from Doug Adams Stadium in Xenia, the county seat of Greene County. Connor under center. It's going to be a handoff this time, and nearly broke 1 tackle. Does get across the 35-yard line. That was Noah Jones, the sophomore. Yep. And here's a look at the Trotwood starting defense. They go with a 3-4-4 setup.
Yeah, Trotwood, you got to keep your eyes out on Michael Smith, the defensive back, number 0. He's a playmaker on both sides of the ball, and that defensive line is really strong. Number 54, Jamarcus White. I watched him play last week against Springfield. He had a tremendous game, and I'm looking for another big game out of him tonight also.
It was Springfield's first drive last week that Smith had a pick 6 to open the scoring in favor of the Rams as they went on to win 21-20. And here another handoff up the middle. It's Noah Jones able to get a short gain. Should be enough for a first down. Yes, it looks like from the marking they may have enough.
I like these high school referees. They don't mess around. It's either first down or third down or fourth down. They're about to move the chains. And if you're Alter, you couldn't ask for a better start to this football game.
This is an experienced crew. They've also done a couple Thursday night light games in the past. The referee Ray Bradshaw, umpire Bob Hess, line judge Will Farley, head linesman Blake Shepard, and the back judge is Mark Ratliff. So Jones with the first down pickup, the first down presented by Arby's, and it is from the 31-yard line that Alter sets up for another series. Connor, handoff to Jones again, quickly inside the 30 as the rain, it appears, is making its presence known. A couple fans in the Alter stands quickly reaching for their jackets. We had this situation a couple weeks ago when we were
that's something we come to Xenia. That's
covering Beaver Creek and Xenia. We were here last year, it rained. We were here 3 weeks ago, it rained. And tonight, the rain is making its presence known.
My high school football coach at Roth High School here in Dayton, it's closed now, but Tom Montgomery used to always tell us it doesn't rain on the football field. So it's not raining on the football field, only in the stands.
That's very true. That's a very apt way of putting it. Second down for the 29. Connor under shotgun. And his first pass attempt of the night, it is caught on the rollout to Rod Owens. That should be enough for another first down pickup. And that would put Alter also very close to the Donato's delivery zone. We'll check at the final spot.
Because Alter runs the ball so well, and it's just a matter of time. When you call play action, it was going to be there, and you got to give Gavin Connor credit. He sold the run and then rolled out, put the ball spot on the number to his open wide receiver, Rod Owens.
So Owens with the reception. Again, that's the first reception of the night thrown by Gavin Connor. It is a completion and good for a first down presented by Arby's. Ball at the 21-yard line, so just outside the red zone. Connor, keeper, pitch out to the left to Noah Jones. One broken tackle, he's inside the 15. One man to beat, and he will not be denied. Noah Jones from 21 yards for the opening touchdown. And Alter with the 6-0 lead on a touchdown presented by Donato's.
That's how you start a football. Opening drive, you draw it up like that. You want nothing but positive plays. And, I'm sure as a coach, you can't ask for it any better than that. And I love the way that Noah ran that football. Noah Jones. When he got his shoulder square at about the 15-yard line, he was going to walk into that end zone. He was not going to be denied. I love to see running backs, finish strong, at the goal line.
Tony Arcuri on to attempt the extra point. And the kick is on the way in the rain. It is good. So one drive, one touchdown for the Altar Knights, and they take the early 7-0 lead on week 4 of Thursday Night Lights. Trotwood ball after the break. You're watching MyTV Dayton. 9:11 to go in the first quarter from Doug Adams Stadium. Altar had the ball first and a very efficient drive down the field, ending on a 21-yard touchdown run by the sophomore running back Noah Jones. So the Knights open the scoring, and now Trotwood will have their first drive of the evening, and they'll look to respond.
You know, if you're Trotwood's offense, you know, special teams first, don't want to overlook this. You know, Trotwood squibbed their first opening kickoff and gave Altar, you know, excellent field position for that opening touchdown drive. I wonder if Altar's going to kick it short or they're going to squib one down the field.
This kickoff presented by Wright and Schulte. Tony Arcuri's kick angling toward the sideline, but it is kept in play. It will be returned by Armani Rogers. Quickly out to the 30 and the 35 before he's brought down about the 36-yard line. So a great return for Trotwood, and they will start in similar position to where Altar began their first drive. So
I think Altar's kicker, he put that ball in a good coffin corner, and he made Armani Rogers run that farther, you know, to get to the zone. But they both get excellent field position.
So here's a look at the touchdown. It was a play-action pitch to the left side. Noah Jones was able to find open space and then get an angle, hold off one defender, and get into the end zone from 21 yards for the opening score. And now Trotwood's first play from scrimmage. Tim Carpenter, the quarterback under center. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. Mike Smith, and it'll get roughly...
That's a good 7 yards.
7 yards. So it will set up second and short. So as we take a look at the scoring drive presented by Rand Associates, 6 plays, 67 yards. Again, the 21-yard touchdown run by Noah Jones, but we were just discussing this. There was the 1-2-yard run early in the drive, but other than that, it was all positive, where there were those 0-yardage plays for the Altar offense, and that's something they want to continue.
Excellent, absolutely. You know, Trotwood's offense want to mirror what Altar's offense just did. You know, no negative plays, all positive plays. So this is a crucial, I shouldn't say crucial, but it's a big third down opportunity, you know, here in the opening drive for Trotwood. It's 3rd and 1, see if they get it.
You see the Trotwood starting offense as Tim Carpenter under center. It's going to be a QB keeper, enough for a first down. They aren't going with a measure, so they say Carpenter did get the first down out by the 47-yard line. And Carpenter, that's a young man whose name we'll be calling a lot of tonight as he picks up the first down presented by Arby's, the senior quarterback.
Yeah, one of my keys to the game for Altar was to control the line of scrimmage on both sides. Their offense controlled their line of scrimmage. They went down, marched on Trotwood, and got it opening touchdown. Now let's see which offensive line or defensive line is going to, you know, control the line of scrimmage on this particular series.
2 men in the backfield with Carpenter under center, looking to his left and looking for a deep ball down the sideline. It was intended for Quentin Johnson, but just beyond his reach. So that brings up second down for the Ram offense.
You know, wet football right there. It looks like it. You know, that one got away from Timothy Carpenter. You know, he's you know, Indiana IU commit. He'll be playing football there next fall. So I know he's going to complete more of those passes. I think that's the one that just slipped out of his hand.
Here's the starting lineup for the Altar Knight defense. They go with a 3-3-5 set. Not often you see that at any level of the game. 3 defensive linemen, 3 linebackers, and 5 men in the secondary. As on second down, a handoff up the middle results in a gain for Mike Smith. That takes them past the 50 into Altar territory, but it's going to bring up 3rd down and about 5 for the Rams.
Well, I think that was a good call. It was 2nd and 10. You know, you don't want to be 3rd and 10, so that was a, you know, good call by, you know, Coach Graham to make it in 3rd and manageable.
3rd and 6. Carpenter, this is the first time we've seen him in shotgun formation with 1 man on the left hip, 2 men to his left, 2 on the right. Carpenter quickly throws to his right, was hit as he throws, and the ball nearly caught anyway, but clean defense on the part of Altar's Colin Wayner. Quentin Johnson, the intended target, but Wayner able to cleanly bat the ball away and bring up a 4th down for the Rams.
Yeah, I mean, that was the time you got to give Altar's defensive line credit. They got pressure, you know, on Tim Carpenter. He couldn't complete it. He couldn't follow through to somebody who was right in his face because he couldn't follow through. He released the ball high, and that's why the ball was a little bit off the mark that time.
So Victor Odumodu into punt, first punt of the game. Wayner, the lone man, back deep for Altar. This kick end over end and it will take a couple pro-Alter bounces out of bounds around the Knight 32-yard line. So Alter goes down one drive, scoring the opening touchdown. Trotwood did get a first down, but ultimately has to punt. And Alter's second drive will commence after this timeout. You're watching Thursday Night Lights from Xenia, Ohio. Alter Knights, they will have the ball for the second time tonight with 6:55 to go in the first quarter, and they have a 7-0 lead on the Trotwood Madison Rams on week 4 of Thursday Night Football. Matt Digby, Keith Byers, Tej Joshi greeting you from Doug Adams Stadium in Xenia, as there's a look at the Alter Knights sideline. The Knights in their 49th year with head coach Ed Domsites. A very proud tradition in multiple sports for Archbishop Alter High School out of Kettering. As Gavin Cotter goes to work out of the shotgun, it's a handoff to the lone touchdown scorer, Noah Jones, and he gets maybe a yard, but it's going to bring up 2nd and 9. Time to send it down to the sidelines. Tej Joshi.
Hey guys, it's raining here and the Alter fans are excited to be up, and one reason I want to tell you that they are excited, something that got them hyped up, is this sword. They call this the Excalibur sword. At the beginning of the game, you might have seen a bunch of the Alter guys, the seniors especially, holding this and running out to take the field with the sword's tradition at Alter. I just thought it was really cool and wanted to showcase that for you guys. For now, back to you guys up in the booth.
All right, thank you, Tej.
So Tej, be careful with that sword now.
Yeah. 2nd down and 9 from the 31-yard line. Big drive for the Trotwood defense indeed, as Connor out of the shotgun. And we have a flag on the play, first flag of the night, and we'll hear from referee Ray Bradshaw.
Dead ball. Delay game on the offense. 5 yards, 2nd down.
So now we'll bring up 2nd and 14 now. Last week we were at Troy Memorial Stadium, and what Troy has one of those swords in the stone, the legend of King Arthur. And Tej, actually, when he was there in the morning on your day, our morning show at Dayton 24/7 now, he tried to pull the sword out of the stone. He was not successful, to put it bluntly, but the fact that he doesn't have to pull Alter's sword out of the stone.
It's already out of his sheath.
Exactly. So 2nd down and 14, another run up the middle for Noah Jones. He does get back to the line of scrimmage before the penalty, so it brings up 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, I mean, Alter's offense isn't designed to be 3rd and long and 2nd and forever, but that was an excellent call on, 2nd and long, because sometimes you have a tendency to just throw it down. You don't complete the pass, it's even 3rd and longer. But now this is 3rd and manageable. We would love a couple yards shorter, but 3rd and 8 is not the end of the world.
Gavin Connor has only attempted one pass on that opening drive for Alter earlier in the game, but it was a completion. It was good for a 1st down conversion. And we have 3 men already set up as receivers, 1 in motion, and Connor rolling to his left. Indeed, trying to find time to get the ball away, and he will not do so. The Trotwood defense not fooled by the man in motion. And Kamari Henderson, he had a couple of key stops in the win over Springfield last week, and he forces an Alter 4th down.
That was much needed for Trotwood's defense to get, you have a team that marched down on you an opening drive and get a touchdown, and the next time out, you want to let them know that was a fluke. That we're going to put a stop to that right now. So, but this game is really setting up to be a fantastic, Thursday night light football game.
And very similar to how we saw last year's game unfold. Alter had the opening momentum. They had the lead for virtually most of the night until the 4th quarter. As a high snap. It's all Alter can do to control it. It prevented disaster, and it takes a couple pro-night bounces. Actually, it turns out to be a great break for the Alter Knights, bouncing inside the Trotwood 30 and down at the 27. So what could have been disaster for Colin Wayner actually turns out quite all right for Alter.
Absolutely. Look how the snap is. Well, he's an excellent athlete. He do get a hand on it. And they keep his mindset to just get the ball out. Just get a kick.
And smart move, you think, on the part of Armani Rogers to not even try to make a return?
I think Armani Rogers should have caught that one. He should have caught that one because he would have saved his team about 20 yards.
It did take a...
I think it threw Armani off also when he saw the bad snap. But you sometimes still have to trust, your return guys are still going to be able to do their job.
So Trotwood out for their 2nd drive. Tim Carpenter, the quarterback. As Keith Byers mentioned, the Indiana University verbal. And he's had the shotgun formation for this first play of the Rams' 2nd drive. It's a handoff to Mike Smith, and he will spin forward for about 2, maybe 3 yards, and will set up 3rd and roughly 7. or second down, I should say. Yeah.
Yeah, second down. So they have a chance. I mean, after being in practice yesterday, getting a chance to talk to Coach Graham, he emphasized, his intention is to run the football. And you can make big plays in a running game. It doesn't have to always be a big 20 or 30-yard pass down the field to have success. So he wants to stay ahead of the chains, and right now he's right about that.
Another handoff to Smith, trying to get the outside edge. Broke one tackle and got back to the line of scrimmage. Actually turned what could have been a loss into a positive gain. It is 3rd and 6, but still, it's not 3rd and long.
It's funny. That's why it's important to get out. We get a chance to watch practice, and I was watching that very same play yesterday at practice. And Coach Graham was telling him to stay in the hole, and instead of bouncing it out there. And the first time he stayed in the hole and got some positive yards, and that time he had to go get it on his own. So it's an interesting call to come up here on 3rd down.
Well, Kemdi Easy nearly had the chance to record a tackle for loss on behalf of Alter, but it was the Knight defense as a whole making the stop. 3rd down and 5 from the 32 as we've got a stoppage of play. And Trotwood's going to call a timeout.
Timeout, Trotwood. That's their first charge timeout.
That's a crucial 3rd down play right here. And so, it's rainy. You're behind the plays, and so Coach Graham didn't like, the players' little confusion. This is a big 3rd down, 3rd and 5. They want to stay on the field, so it's okay to burn a timeout now to make sure you get exactly what you want. And
this is an experienced group of Trotwood Madison players. They were talking about it when we spoke with them yesterday. Jeff Graham mentioned it. That Tim Carpenter, for instance, this is his 3rd year as a starting quarterback. He is headed to Indiana University next year in the Big Ten. He actually had quite a busy weekend. Right after the win over Springfield last week, he was able to get a couple hours of sleep. He slept some more on the trip to Bloomington, but he was in Bloomington last Saturday for the Hoosiers when they opened the season against Ohio State. Oh, yeah, I understand him. He wanted to be there. See that stadium jam-packed when the Buckeyes come to town, so he's going to have the opportunity to get to play next year as a freshman. So 3rd down and 5. They need to get to their own 37-yard line, the Rams do. Here comes a blitz. Carpenter, time to throw, and over the head of the intended man, it was Armani Rogers, the intended receiver, but just beyond his reach. On the coverage for Alter was Noah Lawson, so that's going to bring up 4th down. 2 drives, 2 punts for Trotwood. Still a lot of time to go in the game. Far too early to panic. Pass that got away from him. He threw the fastball that time, and he had time. This guy to just be patient in the pocket and just pitching and catching. The receiver's open. Just get the ball down a little bit. And we mentioned this 3 weeks ago because the rain affected the Beaver Creek Xenia contest as Odumodu sends this punt away. But the wet field and the wet football certainly making things more difficult for the 2 quarterbacks in terms of ball handling. You're correct. In Trotwood, they love to run the ball, but you got a Division I quarterback. You got to let them sling it around too. But that's where the center. Sometimes you may need to get up on the center and dry your hands off on the center's towel, to try to get some kind of dryness on the football. There's a look at Trotwood senior linebacker Isaiah Evans. He has a story that we were able to document last year in advance of this contest between the Rams and the Knights. Isaiah lost his right hand in a fireworks accident last summer of 2022, and spent much of the 2022 season with rehab and coordinating, how he's able to adapt, and now he's back on the field as a senior. So great to see him out on the field. Here. 1st down for Alter. And it's a handoff up the middle. Noah Jones, who has been busy from the backfield. He gets a short gain of about 4 yards, maybe. Out to the 44-yard line, brings up 2nd down. This Alter offensive line is, they're controlling that line of scrimmage. I love to see, being a former running back, I love to see the big boys up front get it done, and they're pushing, Trotwood around, early in this ball game. I do say we have not seen number 41 for either team yet, Keyshawn DeVois or Rylan Dawson. The wearers of the 31 jersey, but here's Jones, quickly broken 1 tackle, quickly out past midfield into Trotwood territory, and that's another Alter 1st down presented by Arby's, and it moves the Alter Knight offense inside the 45-yard line. Wow, that is some good hard running straight up the gut, ball protection. He's running, like you said, we did get some 41s on the football field. Good things usually happen. So, Keyshawn DeVoy, you're going to get a lot of love tonight, as well as Rylan Dawson. First down after the first down conversion presented by Arby's, and Jones met at the line of scrimmage. Among those in pursuit was Darius Dennis, the freshman for Trotwood, among those making the stop, number 19. And Kamari Henderson was also involved in the stop, number 4. He's had a couple of tackles already.
I mean, Darius Dennis is only a freshman. Can you believe that? He's only going to get bigger and stronger with time.
Both teams have got quite a few freshmen. Jones, the Alter running back, who's been the workhorse for the Alter offense, he's only a sophomore.
We got a lot of good football to look forward to the next couple of years and watching these guys grow up.
We've seen guys like Tim Carpenter, Mike Smith, and Gavin Connor mature, and now we're seeing Noah Jones, a chance for him to excel on the big stage.
The option here.
Another option to Jones around the left side, quickly to the 40, and not going to get much after that, but it was, again, the freshman Darius Dennis making the stop, preventing what could have been a bigger gain.
I mean, that was a big heads-up play. That's, you know, he's just being a football player. That's not, somebody's got to have the pitch. He came off, you know, his protection and got in there and got the running back on the ground. Excellent tackle.
And you see the fundamentals of Jones making sure to hold on to the ball. There was that earlier run that almost looked like he may have had potentially lost it, but he was able to get his left hand up there, have both hands cover the ball, and prevent the turnover.
It's a big third down. I mean, Alter was still even run the ball. They don't necessarily have to pass it on third down because they've had a lot of success running it.
Mikey Rose, the fullback, on the short handoff, and the hole opens up inside the 25, and that is good for another Alter first down just outside the red zone. And that first down presented by Donato's puts Alter in prime position again.
I mean, you got 3rd and 8, and you just run a fullback dive right up the gut.
First
you
down.
have a lot of confidence in your offensive line right now. They are winning the battle of the trenches as the clock wears down. We head to the second quarter.
That first down was presented by Arby's, and that will be the final play of the first quarter of an eventful first quarter. Alter going down the field on the opening drive and scoring. Trotwood has had chances but hasn't quite been able to capitalize on them yet. But still a long way to go here at Doug Adams Stadium in Xenia. Alter leads 7-0 after 1 on Thursday Night Lights. "12 minutes down, 36 to go on week 4 of Thursday Night Lights. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken Thursday Night Lights presented by Cincinnati area Toyota dealers. Alter with the ball and a 7-0 lead on Trotwood Madison as we greet you from Doug Adams Stadium in Xenia. Alter just outside the Donato's delivery zone as Gavin Connor under center with a handoff to Noah Jones. He quickly got to about the 20, and they should mark him about the 20 with the forward progress, so it should be 2nd and 9.
Yeah, that was a good defensive stop by, Trotwood's defensive line that time. I'm sure they got an earful from the coaching staff in between the quarter change, because right now Alter is doing exactly what they want to do. Control the line of scrimmage, get points on the board, and keep Trotwood's, highly talented offense on the sideline, and they're doing that right now.
So Alter with that 1-yard gain. They have entered the Donato's delivery zone. Donato's Pizza, a great call for after the game. Order online for pickup or delivery at donatos.com. Every piece is important. Gavin Connor with the option pitch to Jones again, and this time he is met in the backfield, but broke those tackles inside the 20 to the 17, and Alter continuing to move inside the Donato's delivery zone.
I mean, that is some hard charging running. He won't be denied. Not letting the first guy get him on the ground. I mean, look, he's balled it up here, step through the tackle, uses your hand, get your balance back and get that fall forward. That's what you want to see out of your running back play.
That's been a characteristic of both teams so far. Trotwood had a couple instances, as there you see Ed Domsides just on the far right side of your picture in his 49th year as head coach of the Knights. 3rd down and 6 from the 17. Line to gain is the Trotwood 11, and we've got an early flag on the play.
Oh, that's so crucial. You do not want it.
Dead ball, encroachment on the defense. 5 yards, 3rd down.
So it prevents the automatic first down because they still needed 6 to go.
But that changed the play calling immensely from 3rd and 6 to 3rd and 1. They're going to bring their big guys probably back up in there.
You see Gavin Connor, the junior quarterback, receiving instructions from Jimmy Nagel.
You have to win 3rd down in football on both sides of the ball. You want to get off the field if you're on defense, and you want to stay on the field if you're on offense.
And so far, Alter has been winning that third down battle. Mikey Rose broken one tackle inside the 10 to about the 8-yard line. So they needed one, they got 4. And the Knights in position to potentially extend this lead as we're now under 10 minutes to go until halftime.
I mean, if you're Alter, you may even think about going. We're in 4-down territory. So if they can't get another first down, they've been controlling the line of scrimmage, and if they don't get a touchdown on 4th down, no, we're a long way from 4th down. It's only 1st down. But, Trotwood would be backed up if they don't get it. So the defense has got to make a stand right now.
So Rose's carry is a Alter first down presented by Bathmasters. It comes with just over 9.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. And a handoff to Noah Jones off the right side, and quickly gaining 4 yards inside the 5, sets up 2nd and goal from about the 3.
The Trotwood is just simply not wrapping up right now. They're getting good contact, with the shoulder pads. You got to wrap the ball carry up because, Noah Jones is not falling down. You have to tackle him.
We talked about ball handling in this wet weather because the rain, it looks like it's still continuing to make its presence known. Is it that much more difficult for players to tackle each other in the rain?
Well, no, it's just concentration. I mean, you just got to impose your will on your opponent. And right now, Alter's doing that. See, Trotwood wants to see more of that.
Yes.
Knockback hits, wrapping the guy up.
That was Jamarcus Weiss, the freshman defensive lineman, with a stop, and that's really the first negative play for the Alter offense all game.
I mean, he gets good penetration here. Wow.
Weiss made first contact, and Isaiah Evans and multiple Trotwood defenders combined to make that stop.
Weiss' name a lot over the next couple of years.
So 3rd and goal from the 4. When it looked like the way Jones was running, he was primed to pick up a 2nd touchdown of the evening.
You got to be careful if you try to look out for play action pass. Try just to get a little pop pass to your tight end because they've been firing off. There's a play action. You're going to keep it the whole way.
Connor on the keeper, 1 man to beat, and that 1 man was not fooled. Karan Foster Jr., the sophomore defensive back, preventing the touchdown, and now it puts Alter in decision. Do they take the 3 points or do they go for it on 4th down?
I think I talked about it before it happened, but now seeing Trotwood make a stand on 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down, you better take the points and make it a 2-score game. Try to get the field goal. But that's excellent defense by Karan Foster. Good discipline, stayed at home, and was ready to ski and played the play perfectly.
It is Tony Arcuri who will attempt a 21-yard field goal from the right hash.
It's not easy with these.
But the kick is up, and the kick is good.
That's somewhat of an angle, so it's not a gimme.
No, it wasn't. But Tony Arcuri increases the Alter lead to 10-0 with 7:27 to go in the second quarter. And the Alter Knights have a 2-score lead. Trotwood ball when we return. You're watching Thursday Night Lights. 7:27 to go until halftime on week 4 of Lee's Thursday Night Lights from Doug Adams Stadium in Xenia, as Alter gets ready to kick the ball back to Trotwood after a 21-yard field goal on the part of Tony Arcuri. Lone man back deep for Trotwood is Armani Rogers, and Arcuri waits for the signal to resume play. So 2 scores for Alter. They've both been of 21-yard gains. This kickoff presented by Wright and Schulte. It's going to be taken on a bounce, and Rogers, in fact, will let the ball roll into the end zone
That's a good decision.
for a touchback.
Alter's had the ball 3 times and scored 2 out of 3. Trotwood's had it twice, and they haven't scored it on neither possession. So this is Trotwood's 3rd possession of the game. And here it is. Just a little bit more than 7 minutes to go before the half. And, Trotwood's got to wake up and get out of their funk because Alter's running the ball, chewing clock, and getting points. So this is a big drive for Trotwood, to end the half. I'm only a long way from halftime at 7.5 minutes. But this drive, Trotwood's got to make a statement.
You see the scoring drive recap presented by Rand Associates. 11 plays, 60 yards, and ending with a 21-yard field goal from Tony Arcuri. Carpenter on 1st down, handoff to Mike Smith. 1 broken tackle up the middle. Smith quickly has the 1st down out near midfield and stopped around the 48-yard line. So 28-yard on the opening play of the drive. Not a bad start for the Trotwood starter.
Trotwood offense. Good drive starter.
Mike Smith, the senior,
I had a chance to talk to Mike yesterday at practice, and I asked him who's his favorite.
Holding. Offense number 10 from the spot.
Ray Bradshaw calling the holding.
First down.
picking up on Michael Smith. He's a good young kid. I asked him what football player does he pattern his game after, since he plays both ways. And I was talking about current NFL. He said Deion Sanders. I said,
Deion Sanders.
Player. No, Deion Sanders, current form, it doesn't matter. Deion Sanders is my idol. I love that answer. I said, your coach played against Deion Sanders.
So the first down still stands. It's a first down pickup presented by Bathmasters, but instead of out the 48-yard line, it's more from the 38 as Carpenter going to back to throw. It's a deep air ball down the field, intended for Armani Rogers, but just beyond his reach, and that's been...
Got a little laundry on the field there, too.
We have another flag in the backfield, indeed.
Personal foul, number 28 on the defense, roughing the passer. 15 yards, first down.
Well, the Alter fans didn't like that.
So 2 plays on this drive, 1 penalty on Alter, 1 penalty on Trotwood Madison, and that's going to move the Rams in a first down situation. I actually should put them, with the marking of the ball, should put them past midfield.
They're going to be in Alter's territory now.
And I believe that would be the first time we've had Trotwood with the ball past midfield.
He had him in the head. He can't hit above the shoulders. That was an excellent call by the referees. You won't hear me say that too often. But that was the right call.
So 1st and 10 from the Alter 48. Exactly 7 minutes to go to halftime. Carpenter in the backfield with 2 men behind him. Carpenter under center, I should say. And it's a handoff to Smith. Smith gets about 6 yards to about the 40. Young man, the senior.
He has active feet. I like his footwork. And that time he stayed in the hole. Yeah, he thought about bouncing it outside, but he stayed in the hole and got positive yards. Trotwood's going a little bit of a hurry-up offense.
Smith headed to Akron next year. He'll be playing for Joe Moorhead and the Zips in the MAC East.
Oh, the good MAC, the Akron Zips.
And it's Smith who gets the call again. Should have enough for a first down with forward progress, and they do mark him at the 37-yard line, so that is good for a Trotwood first down presented by Bathmasters. So 1 first down the entire first 2 drives combined, and they have 2 this drive alone. And a brief stoppage of
Smith
play.
got up a little bit slow. Michael Smith got up a little slow that time, but he seems to be okay.
Yeah, he is walking to the field under his own power, so just needed a minute to catch his breath. So far, this game unfolding like you expected, Keith. Very entertaining, very great chances for both teams. So far, Alter's just been the one to take advantage of them.
I thought it would start like this, but I had Trotwood starting faster than Alter. And I thought, once they get to the 4th quarter, Alter was still in the game, it would be, favor them. But right now, they flipped the script. They've come out fired up from the time they walked out the locker room, and now Trotwood's playing catch-up.
From the 37, Carpenter quickly forced to roll to his right. He gets the throw away and nearly intercepted. Incomplete, but on the coverage was Michael Russ, the safety, who got a hand to it to break up the pass, and it brings up 2nd down. Very nearly a disaster for the Ram offense.
Mike Russ is being all over this football field also. He's been pressuring the quarterback, and this time he's out there in defense getting, making a play, defending the ball on the pass. He almost had an interception, similar to Colorado's Travis Hunter, diving out there. Full extension.
Quentin Johnson was the intended receiver. He has yet to make a reception, although he has been the intended target multiple times in this first half. He just hasn't been able to record a catch, as this handoff up the middle going to be bet for very little gain, if any. It's going to set up 3rd and long for the Rams.
Yeah, Alter was all over that one.
That was number 34, Henry Riefschneider, on the coverage, making the tackle.
Come on, say that name for me one more time.
Riefschneider.
Riefschneider. Here to go, Henry.
R-E-I-F Schneider.
Schneider. He's a smart kid. He had a 1st and 2nd grade having to spell his name.
So 3rd down and 8 from about the 36-yard line. Again, Trotwood, they've had 3 first downs all game, 2 of them on this drive alone. As Carpenter out of the empty backfield gets the throw off in time and has enough for the first down pickup on the screen pass to Armani Rogers. Not really a screen pass, but it is enough for a Ram first down presented by Bathmasters.
That was an excellent read by Tim Carpenter. You know, he saw the blitzer coming. He knew he had to come off his receiver right away and get the hot route. And the hot route is right there. So they're right on the same page. Armani Rogers and Timothy Carter. That 1-2 combination.
So the first down presented by Bathmasters puts Trotwood at the 22-yard line. That's their 3rd first down of this drive, 4th of the game, with just over 5 minutes to go until halftime. Carpenter again working out of an empty backfield, and this time he's going to keep it himself up the middle and quickly gets a couple of yards inside the 20, and that will move the Rams into the Donato's delivery zone. Donato's Pizza, a great call for after the game. Order online for pickup or delivery at donatos.com. Every piece is important.
After the game, before the game, during the game, Donato's is always a good call. That's a good first down run.
It was.
Quarterback draw. You know, still
the first time they've tried that play tonight.
Yeah. Timothy Carpenter can beat you with his feet as well as arm.
Official ruling is a gain of 3, so 2nd and 7 as Carpenter quickly under pressure again, finds an outlet, bobbled and almost caught anyway by Armani Rogers.
Yeah, that was almost a pick 6.
That was Noah Lawson had the coverage for Alter. He very nearly had the interception, and like you say, had he made that interception, there was no one to stop him.
There. He read it better than the receiver did. He broke on that pass.
At the same time, Rogers very nearly was able to corral the ball in anyway, and had he done so, no one was there to stop Rogers. Trotwood would be celebrating a touchdown.
But I think this is 4-down territory. You know, if they don't get this first down, they may attempt a field goal, but I think they're looking for a touchdown in this drive.
Right now, it will be a 35-yard field goal attempt should it come to that. As Carpenter quickly goes to the end zone, intended for Johnson, and the throw was a little bit short of Johnson, and clean defense on the part of Andy Duplain, the captain.
Yeah, I don't think Coach Graham is even going to hesitate. I think they already got the 4th down play already called. Offensive coordinator Kerry Ivey is over there making the call along with Coach Graham. So there's no hesitation here.
You see, Andy,
whatever your call, I would have something to do with give Timothy Carpenter a chance to make a play with his arm or his legs.
Well, you hear the Alter fans stomping their feet, trying to will their defense to make a stop. On 4th down, Carpenter with time in the pocket, throwing to his right, and it is incomplete, but a flag on the play. Intended receiver was Armani Rogers. Lawson was on the coverage, and Lawson may or may not have arrived at the point of contact a little too early.
Yeah, I like that call, though. I mean, 4th down, you got trips left, and you go, single receiver. Can you make a play? So you give to
defense, half the distance, play result to the first down.
You give your wide receiver a chance to make the play. I mean, that was an excellent throw. Bang, bang. He's holding him the whole time, so and he got there early, so that was the right call.
And you see the behavior of how Armani Rogers ran that route. He wasn't necessarily interested in trying to cut back in for a touchdown. They were just trying to get the first down first and foremost. But with the penalty, it's a 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. It's a handoff up the middle, 1 broken tackle, 2 broken tackles, and a touchdown. Mike Smith and the Trotwood Madison Rams are on the board. Touchdown presented by Donato's, and it's a 10-6 ball game.
Yeah, you can see where this drive started. They had that sense of urgency, like we're down 10-0. Ultras, moving the ball on us. We have got to make something good happen on this series. Not the next half, this half. Let's finish the half strong. And, Trotwood went out there and made a statement. Now, every point counts in this game.
It will.
So this extra point is no gimme. You want to make it a 3-point game instead of a 4-point game. You missed this one.
Especially when you consider how last week's game against Springfield ultimately played out. It was a missed field goal, a missed PAT. That was the difference there. But Victor Odumodu's kick squeezes in for a successful extra point. And with just over 4 minutes to play until halftime, Trotwood Madison on the board. Alter has the ball and a 10-7 lead after the break. You're watching Thursday Night Lights on MyTV Dayton. 4:10 to go in the second quarter of what we were hoping was going to be a great game, and so far through the first couple of minutes it has turned out to be a great game. Trotwood on the board, and they are within 10-7 of Alter. As we take a look at the scoring summary presented by Rand Associates, a 12-play 80-yard drive resulting in a 9-yard touchdown run for the future Akron Zip, Mike Smith, the senior, putting the Rams on the board.
Absolutely. They needed all 80 of those yards. Went for it on 4th down, converted it with the penalty. And, 2 plays later, they have a touchdown.
This kickoff presented by Wright and Schulte. It took a couple of short hops and eventually recovered by Alter. And that was something that Victor Odubodu tried, a short squib kick to start the game, and very nearly worked this time with 4:07 to go in the half.
Yeah, but you want them to bobble the ball, you get a chance to recover it. But when you don't succeed it the way you want to, you give Alter excellent field position. They get start the ball right here at the 41-yard line.
So Alter with the ball and all 3 timeouts, 4 minutes of clock to work with. Trotwood will have the ball to open the second half. So how pivotal is it, Keith, that Alter gets points, even if it's just a field goal right here?
You want to start each half strong and finish them strong. And you worry about the stuff in the middle. Right now, Alter started this half strong. See if they can finish it strong, with 4 minutes to go in the first half.
Rod Owens took the first down carry off the left side and got about a 1.5 yards. Will set up 2nd and long.
This is going to be a short game if it continues this way. This is Alter's 4th possession of the game. And if it goes according to the first 3, they're going to probably have it maybe to close to the, the end of the half. So both teams had the ball 3 times. Trotwood scored 1 out of 3. Alter scored 2 out of 3. That's the difference of this ball game. So every possession counts.
Joe Dorley has checked into the game for the Alter Knights, number 10. He is out on the left as a wide receiver as Connor sets up under center with 2 men in the backfield. Play action to Mikey Rose, the fullback, and quickly finding himself under pressure as Connor got away from 2 defenders, got the throw away. Did he complete it to Owens?
It's hard to tell. I don't think so.
They're behaving as if it was not a caught ball. But at the same time, heads-up play by Connor to evade the pressure. Isaiah Evans among those in pursuit, nearly able to record the sack. Connor did get the throw off. And you see Owens, he did make the catch, but he was too far to the sideline. So instead of 3rd and short, it's going to be 3rd and 8 from the 43-yard line.
Gavin Connor is excellent. Got a good, accurate passer. And not afraid to stuck it up under his arm and tuck it and run and get some yards with his legs.
On 3rd down, Connor from the shotgun, throwing to his right, and the pass is complete to Carter Sheets. 1 broken tackle inside the 30, and the first time we've really seen Gavin Connor throw deep. It results in an Alter first down presented by Bathmasters.
Excellent reception by Connor Sheets that time. His senior wide receiver, defensive back, threw that ball, caught the ball in traffic, stepped through a tackle, is running forward, getting his shoulder square, and, almost broke down for a touchdown.
Sheets, who we spoke with him yesterday, he has been speaking with several colleges. He plans to play football at the next level. And with a play like that, that will definitely help his resume tape. As a handoff up the middle, it's the fullback Mikey Rose. He bursts through for a couple of short yards and sets up 2nd and short for the Knight offense as they quickly again approach the red zone just outside.
You want to start the half strong and finish it strong, and Alter is right now they on a target to finish this half strong.
2nd down and 4 from just outside the 20.
If you're Trotwood's defense, you want to keep them out of your end zone and maybe give them a field goal attempt. And if you're Alter, you just want points on the board to make this, a 2-score game.
Connor's pass thrown in and out of the hands of Andy Duplain, very nearly picked off by a Ram defender. So it was nearly a positive play for Alter, very nearly a disaster for the Knights. But
this Trotwood team had 5 turnovers last week on defense. I'm thinking that they're probably in the back of their mind, hey, it's a good opportunity to get another turnover right here.
So 3rd down and 4. They can get a first down at the 16-yard line. But again, this is from a similar spot going toward the north end zone. That's where Noah Jones scored the touchdown to open the scoring back in the first quarter. Connor on 3rd down with time in the pocket, quickly throwing to his right, and the corner, a jump ball just over the head. Alter fans want a flag, and none is coming.
Not this time. Carter Sheets is a big, tall, wide receiver, 6'4". And I like that Gavin Conner gave him a chance to make a play.
So 4th and 4 from the 20. They try a field goal. Tony Arcuri is 1 for 1 today. He connected from 21. This attempt would be from about 37, 38 yards.
That was a late call.
Before the pass, holding. Defense, 10 yards, play results in a first down.
No, that's what we missed. I didn't even see the flag on it.
Ed Dobsides and his crew does not have to make a decision about a field goal right now, because the first down moves Alter inside the 10, and indeed it puts the Alter Knights inside the Donato's delivery zone. Donato's Pizza, a great call for after the game. Order online for pickup or delivery at donatos.com. Every piece is important.
Well, here we go. Trotwood, last time they was down here, they held Alter to a field goal. Can they make a defensive stand here in the half with 2 minutes to go?
Short handoff to the fullback Rose. He gains about 2, maybe 3 to the 7, so brings up second down. And again, this was that part of the field where Alter, they did well to get to that part of the field, but then they just couldn't get those final few yards to break in for what would be the second touchdown. It still may result in a touchdown this drive, especially with under 100 seconds to go in the half.
You see players are tired, they fire it up, but you have to find some extra energy right here to end this half. Can you keep them out of the end zone? Can you get in the end zone if you're Alter?
Alter does have all 3 timeouts, and Trotwood will be getting the ball first to start the second half. So points here will be huge. And Connor on the rollout. The pass is complete. Touchdown, Knights.
Joe Dorley.
Joe
Big tight
Dorley.
end.
He only checked in for the first time a few minutes ago, but his first catch of the night results in an Alter touchdown. That touchdown presented by Donatos, and it is a 16-7 ball game.
Joe Dorley said, all I do is catch touchdowns. That's all I do. Throw me the ball, I catch touchdown. He's 1 for 1 tonight.
So a response from the Alter offense just minutes after Trotwood got on the board with a methodical drive downfield. Alter says we can do likewise. Arcuri on to attempt the extra point. It is straight through the uprights, and with 1:16 to go, it is a 17-7 lead for the Knights of Kettering Archbishop Alter.
They wouldn't get that 10-point lead. Lost it in the last series, but then this series, offense gets back out there and they march right back down the field and get that touchdown.
And the awareness of Dorley, knowing that they were on the right hash, closer to the sideline, and making sure that he was able to stay in bounds and record the catch.
That's good execution. You got to give Gavin Carter credit for the throw.
And now how important is this with 1:16 to go in the second quarter? It's a 17-7 game. Trotwood Madison does have the ball in 2 timeouts. They will get the ball to start the second half because Alter won the coin toss and took the ball. So if you're a Trotwood, do you try to get something out of this drive or just take a couple of these?
But I think, Amani Rogers, if he gets his hands on this kickoff return, he almost broke the one earlier in this game. And, he can still make some fantastic plays with his legs, too.
So there's a look at the scoring summary presented by Rand Associates. 8 plays, 59 yards, resulting in a 6-yard touchdown pass from Gavin Connor to Joe Dorley. This kickoff presented by Wright and Schulte takes a couple of hops over the head of one man and taken from about the 18-yard line by Mike Smith. Quickly breaking by one tackle, past the 35 and out to the 39-yard line. So
they got excellent field position.
They do, with 1:08 to go and 2 timeouts to work with.
They've been in practice yesterday. They was working on a little hurry-up offense, so, they're not going to panic right now. And then remember in high school, the clock does stop on first downs. But if you're Trotwood, you want to get your first down right now. Get some momentum going. You only have a minute to go in the half. 60 yards away from pay dirt.
So Carpenter out of the shotgun with empty backfield. It worked well for him a couple plays on the last drive, and this pass complete is good. Should be another first down pickup on Monty Rogers.
I think he stepped out just shy of the first down.
Okay.
But that's a good, smart, drive starter. Get 7 or 8 yards to start the drive off.
And you see the body language of Carpenter. He's not panicking. He's making sure everyone knows their roles. At the same time, they've been in this situation before over the years. They know what to expect.
Catch. They're playing soft coverage right now. So they have an opportunity to just march this ball down the field. Plenty of time on the clock. 57 seconds to go.
Carpenter with the completion to Rogers, who stepped out of bounds, but it was a first down pickup, a first down presented by Bathmasters.
Right there, dropping 8. We're dropping 7 in coverage, rushing 4, dropping 7.
Carpenter this time will keep it himself. Quickly inside the 40, inside the Alter 35-yard line, and that's going to be another first down pickup, a first down presented by Batmasters. So Trotwood quickly on the move now with 45 seconds
We
to play.
saw Timothy Carpenter make a play last week in Springfield with his legs and had a nice 40-plus yard touchdown run, and so he's not going to panic at all.
Carpenter, another quick throw to Armani Rogers, who almost does spit out of one tackle. Still on his feet, down the sideline, and just steps out around the 17-yard line. Armani Rogers thinking he was so close to a touchdown, and he was.
You know, Trotwood has some rhythm going right now on offense. You know, Ultra's playing soft, so they're just taking advantage of it.
That reception, not only a first down presented by Bathmasters, but it also moves the Rams offense into the Donato's delivery zone. A great call after the game. Online or pickup at donatos.com. First attempt from the 18. Carpenter, QB keeper. They up to about the 16-yard line, and he's going to be met for a short gain, and Trotwood will have to call their second timeout.
You know, right before the play, I saw the blitz coming. And you know that they were going to be ready, and it was just too many for them to block.
That was Henry Riefschneider, number 34, making the tackle down low. He had help to make sure that Carpenter did not escape, because that's we just saw in the one pass to Rogers. It was not enough for just one man to make the tackle. Rogers was able to break free and pick up a bigger gain for the Rams.
Yeah, I can see Timothy Carpenter was a little upset when he got tackled. You know, linebacker Kim DeEasy, kind of piled on at the end, and it's really kind of got away with that one. Because referees, a lot of times they'll call that. It's a little, roughing it's not roughing the passer, but that's unnecessary roughness, a penalty like that. So,
well, we do have a halftime show coming up. Tej Joshi will be talking with various members of the Trotwood Madison and Archbishop Alter High School communities. That's coming up in just about 25 seconds or so once we reach halftime, as Alter with the 17-7 lead, but Trotwood Madison on the move inside the red zone.
You got to expect blitz if you're Trotwood right now. Alter started this drive playing coverage, but right now you're down here in the red zone. They got their ears pulled back. I'm expecting blitz, and it is. Here comes the extra guys.
Carpenter with an empty backfield. Does well to buy some time, but that time quickly runs out. And not fooled on the play was Simon Deddens, the junior defensive lineman, and that forces Trotwood into a 3rd and long back outside the 20.
Yeah, they had to use their last
Trotwood. That's their last.
Timeout, Trotwood.
It just simply was too many for them to block. Give Alter credit. It was an excellent defensive call by a defense coordinator, and they just brought too many more than you can block. So Timothy Carpenter didn't have time to get rid of the football.
The official ruling, they putting the marker back at the 22-yard line, so that will bring up 3rd and about 15. So a loss of roughly 6 on the play, thanks to the sack by Deddens, a key play for the Alter defense after Trotwood quickly marched down the field.
In time, as Timothy Carpenter, matures as a quarterback, he'll learn to just throw that one away, so that way you can save the timeout and you save, the loss of the down.
The lessons he's been learning over the years from Jeff Graham, his head coach at Trotwood Madison, and lessons he will continue to learn starting next year under Tom Allen when he enrolls at Indiana University.
He's going from one great coach here, Jeff Graham, into another one with Tom Allen. I think he's doing a great job at Indiana.
3rd down and 15 from the 22. Line to gain is the Alter 7. Trotwood is out of timeouts, but Alter still has all 3 with 17 seconds to go in the half.
Yeah, I don't think Alter's going to blitz you, but they're kind of showing that stunt.
Carpenter feels the high snap and quickly runs out of time again. Back-to-back sacks for the Alter defense.
They rose up. Alter's defense got pressure.
Henry Riefschneider with the stop. And Trotwood was looking at potentially getting in a touchdown. They don't have any timeouts left, so they need to get the snap up. They do. Carpenter throws to a wide-open receiver, but a drop on the pass. Miscommunication. And that's how the half ends. Trotwood was on the move inside the red zone. There is a flag on the play. Miscommunication, and Carpenter sacked on back-to-back plays. It was all they could do to get the 4th down snap off before the clock
believe he got
expired.
snapped off in time.
My angle, it looked like he did get it with 1 second. There's that Dom sides awaiting explanation from referee Ray Bradshaw and his crew.
There's 2 fouls on the play, both by Trotwood. Holding on the offense. That penalty's declined. Illegal formation on the offense. Penalties declined. Halftime.
So a promising drive for the Trotwood Madison Rams, resulting in no points, and Alter will go into the locker room with a 17-7 lead here on Week 4 of Thursday Night Lights at Doug Adams Stadium in Dayton. Your first impressions of the first half, Keith Byers? It was very back and forth, much like we were anticipating it would be. It's lived up to the hype.
It has to. I can't wait for the second half. I think we're going to see an even better football game. You know, they both have a feel for each other, what they like to do, and it's just a matter of wills. Who's going to impose whom will on each other? And right now, Alter has the upper hand. They came out, started the game fast, ended the half fast. Trotwood started off the half slow, picked it up, toward the end of the half, and just ran out of time because they were marching down there again at the end of this first half. So both teams are making some slight adjustments, but it's a matter how bad you want it. Both these teams want to win. They see each other seem like every year, and Trotwood's got to have some answers for the pressure that Alter's bringing.
Now down to Tej Joshi, who's with that Dom sights.
Coach, a very close first half. What can you tell me? What was working for you guys?
Well, we were able to move the ball on the ground. I think we had a couple of clutch passes. Beyond that, we are blocking pretty well tonight. We're also, if you look at our defense, the kids on defense are just playing. They're playing at a different level right now. We got to keep
just like you said with defense. You had 2 back-to-back sacks right there at the end of the half.
Right.
How are you going to turn that momentum into a strong second half?
Well, they're going to get the ball to start the second half, so we're going to have to come out and play defense, regardless of what happens. We got 2 more quarters to play, and like I say, the kids have been playing well. They were prepared this week. They've been fired up all week. They get their chance to go out and show what they're made of this week.
Coach, we appreciate your time. We're going to let you get to the locker room. Appreciate it. Back to you guys up in the booth.
I had a chance to speak with that Dom sides yesterday, and he said, you can't stop Tim Carpenter. You can only hope to slow him down. Well, these 2 back-to-back sacks surely helping to slow him down as Alter leads 17-7 at halftime. Halftime show is next on Thursday Night Lights from Xenia, Ohio.
The Halftime Report is sponsored by Wright & Schulte.
Halftime show for you, chatting with lots of local community leaders, including the band director over at Alter. I'm going to introduce our friend Todd. How you doing today?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
We are happy to have you, your entire student body, the dancers, the band. Everybody is here. We want to talk in general about school spirit at Alter for a second. It's a smaller school in terms of student body, but tell me how big you guys are in spirit.
Oh my goodness, it's part of our tagline, faith, pride, and spirit, and it really is at the heart of what we do at Alter High School, and the community at Alter is second to none, and it is absolutely a wonderful place to go to school, to work, and just be involved in general.
Well, let's talk about the band in particular here. Now, some people at home may already know, some people may not. The band won a huge award, a huge national recognition last year. Todd, I'll let you give us the details.
Sure. We are the current Class A Grand National Champion for Bands of America. It is a competitive circuit. They do regionals all over the country, and they end with a Grand National Championship in Indianapolis every year. And so we travel around the country, and we always end our season in Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, where we were fortunate enough last year to come out on top as the #1 Class A school.
Well, congratulations on that. One thing I want to point out, I mentioned this, you guys have a smaller student body, which means being able to field such a nationally recognized band can be tough. What kind of training do you put them through?
Well, we start in the summer, just like most bands, with a couple of weeks of band camp, and then we have classes and we have rehearsals after school from, we usually start in July and we go all the way through early November with our marching band. And so it's just, slow and steady wins the race. And we've been very fortunate that we have great kids with great parents that we're able to just pour our music education into.
Of course, my last question for you. What can we expect from the band later on this year? What's big for you guys?
Well, we have our trip to Indianapolis again. That's where we'll end our season. But we'll be in Orlando, Florida in the middle of October, where we will compete at a Bands of America regional there. And we'll do a feature performance at Universal Studios this year.
Of course, some people at home can see some members of the Altar dance team walking by us right now. One of the biggest dance teams I've ever seen. I know they're not necessarily your purview being the band director, but how you work with them, don't you?
Absolutely. We work with them every week at football games, and we've had in the past times where they feature them in our marching band shows. And so they're wonderful to work with and have an incredible coach in Cynthia Jecker as well.
Well, one last time, congratulations to the Altar band for winning what you guys won last year, and good luck again for this year. We got more of our halftime show coming up later on. Remember, the score is 17-7 here at halftime. Altar leads. The show continues after this break. The score is 17-7 here at halftime. Of course, Altar is leading. We want to continue our halftime show by chatting with our lead sponsor here of Thursday Night Lights, Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken. Without them, our broadcast wouldn't be possible. Of course, Cameron Langer joining us once again. We've had him here last week as well. Cameron, how you doing tonight?
Doing great. Like I say every week, it's great to be out here, football weather. It's awesome.
And we had a little bit of rain, but now it is a beautiful night, wrestling night. And here's what we want to focus on, Cameron. Like I said, we are really thankful that you and your team are able to sponsor this show to make sure it happens. It's good for us as a station, but also really good for the schools and the kids involved. Let's hear that. Why do you guys enjoy supporting high school football?
Sure. I mean, these kids work hard summer, day in, day out. I've been through it myself, firsthand experience. So these kids really deserve some shine on Thursday night.
All right, let's just talk a little bit about Lee's in general. I know you guys are known for your chicken. You tell our audience at home, what are you most proud to serve?
As far as menu items?
Oh, yeah.
I love the dippers, man. You can't go wrong with the dippers. We saw them at the Dayton Arena, UD Arena, so I always go with the dippers.
Of course. Now, I know you wanted to say you want to chat a little bit about your catering options over at Lee's. What do you guys do? What are you known for?
Absolutely. We do strips. We do, obviously, I said dippers. People love the bone-in chicken, so we have plenty of options. It's tailgating season, so come to Lee's and cater with us.
And, of course, those sound wonderful. I'm going to make you bring some for us for next Thursday night for more football. All right. The last thing I'll make sure that we get in here is you guys are said you're happy to support high school football, but also it's more than that. It's really about the communities overall. So tell me why you guys are engaged with the community and where in the Miami Valley can people at home find Lee's?
Sure. I mean, our communities drive our restaurants. We wouldn't be anything without our communities. So we're happy to continue to be in the communities, day in, day out. As far as locations go, you can visit leesfamousrecipe.com. Find your Lee's near you.
Or we are just about out of time. We appreciate you, Cameron. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Of course, we are, though, going to now talk Scholar Athlete. Here's a look at who we're highlighting today.
Throughout the 2023 season, the Jeff Schmidt Auto Group will recognize an exceptional senior student scholar athlete from each participating school. Here are this week's Jeff Schmidt Auto Group scholar athletes. From Trotwood Madison, Marlon Howard Jr. Marlon has a GPA of 3.94 and has been on the honor roll every quarter since freshman year. He's a member of the National Honor Society and the Student Athlete Leadership Team. Marlon is a member of the Ram football, basketball, and baseball teams and has received the Ram Award as the top scholar athlete in every sport since his freshman year. He has volunteered with local blood drives, distributed necessities to families in need, and coached and mentored fifth grade boys and girls. Marlon is respected by his teachers, coaches, and peers. He hopes to continue his athletic career in college. From Archbishop Altar, Davis Gokenauer. Davis has a 3.41 GPA and is a member of the golf team. He was the individual state champion in 2022, a team state champion in 2022, and was a two-time individual state runner-up. He's ranked in the top 100 of players in the United States. Davis is a member of the Key Club and volunteers in the community. His commitment to the golf team has led to a great deal of individual and team success. Davis will attend college at Ole Miss.
The Jeff Schmidt Auto Group is proud to sponsor the Scholar Athlete Award, featured on Thursday Night Lights. We are honored to recognize these scholar athletes from all over the Miami Valley for their outstanding academic and athletic achievements.
Back to the halftime show. The score is 17-7 here at halftime. Alter leads. We are talking the community right now during halftime. We're talking the Trotwood Band. Our band director joining us right now here at halftime. Travis Bean, how you doing tonight?
We're doing amazing. We're doing amazing. Right now, we're just living our best life, playing great music, and then enjoying the atmosphere of great football.
Well, talk to me about music. Why is what you guys do with your band such a big deal, and what's unique about the type of music you guys are doing?
Well, our band plays a lot of popular tunes by popular artists. Even right now, they're playing some Beyonce, and we just like to be able to have cross-curricular substance when it comes to music. Music is math, music is science, music is language arts. And, you know, we're just trying to build great scholars, you know, that believe in academic excellence, musical superiority, constantly achieving and perpetually improving their musical surroundings.
Now, when we spoke last year, you told me your band does things a little bit different than a lot of other bands in the area. You do something more in the HBCU style. Can you tell me what that means?
Well, we try to embody everything that an HBCU band does. I went to the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff, home of the Golden Lions. So they have the marching musical machine of the Mid-South. We're the marching musical machine of the Midwest. So a lot of our style comes from the UAPB style, which is in the SWAC conference. And we try to bring that HBCU flavor to Ohio.
Of course, a HBCU flavor right here in the Miami Valley. Let's talk specifics about what goes into training for your band. What do you guys put them through? I mean, is it just as much as the football players? Not quite?
Almost more. Almost more. If they do 2 a days, we do 4 days. You know, we do leadership camp, and then we do a week of band camp, and then we rehearse from 3:15 to 7:15 every day after school.
Now, of course, I know you're the band director. Well, who are these two lovely ladies standing right behind you? Can you tell me about them?
These are my right-hand men, ladies. We've got Naisha Blue and Jasmine Motley. Naisha does our dancers, Blaze Elite. Jasmine does Blazing Silk, our color guard.
Now, of course, we're running low on time here. So what's the last thing we need to know about your band going forward? What are you guys most looking forward to, or anything new that you're planning to work on?
Well, TM4, first and foremost, we're the best band in the land. And one thing you need to know about TM4, and we're planning to compete in Music Through the Streets in Cleveland, Ohio next week, where we plan to win grand champion.
Well, looks like you guys have a lot of good stuff ahead of you. Keep playing that good music. For now, though, we're going to talk some best of Thursday Night Light highlights from this past week.
The best Thursday Night Lights and Friday Night Rivals highlights from across the country.
All the way back, it's our player to watch, Jameer Thomas, who fields it at the 5. Makes one man miss and another. Look out, Jameer Thomas! My, Bennett! Jameer Thomas! The first play of the season!
Brand going for it all. No. He underthrew it a little bit and is still caught. What a catch! What a play!
Their first snap of the half is a handoff. The senior Michael Parson, who had the touchdown right before halftime, gets a little boost from Luke Lehue and pushes the pile way ahead.
Fortune untouched, and it's going to be intercepted. Pick off by Dawson.
Watch it. We were talking about something else. Yeah. Boom, great tackle.
Like, what?
He's the one that came in and made the tackle as well. And you know, some of those people may say, hey, well, it looks like he could have been down. Get out of here. Who cares? Exactly. What a great play.
That's what they've done with that offense. Hopkins' first play of the game. He's going to go deep down the sideline. And it's a one-handed catch. And that's going to go for a touchdown. He's got prime time. His first name is Dion, but his last name is Sanders. They'll pitch it, throw back to Fine, and he's got a man wide open downfield. Caught at the 45. Off to the races. Touchdown, Sotomayor.
I'm attorney Michael Allwright. I'm proud to be a sponsor of Thursday Night Lights again this year. I'm happy to take part in such a great community event. It is an honor to support this sponsorship, bringing families, communities, and people together to celebrate the sportsmanship of all athletes. Let's all celebrate together, and remember, if you've been injured in an accident, make the right choice.
We are back here at halftime. The score is 17-7. Of course, Alter is leading, and we are chatting with the Alter principal herself to get some more insight into the Alter community. How are you doing tonight?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm feeling good. I know you guys are probably feeling good leading at halftime. We still got a lot of football left to play, though. let's talk about the school in general. For those who aren't familiar with Alter and the Alter Knights, what is your mission as a school? What are you guys all about?
We are all about academic excellence in a Christ-centered environment. So faith is at the center of everything we do, and we provide academic excellence for all students.
Well, you mentioned academic excellence. Let's talk academics. What is big for you guys? In terms of academics, where do you guys put that priority?
Well, we put the priority on taking each student where they are and then helping them reach their next level or their fullest potential.
Now, of course, tonight is football, and all eyes are on football. Let's just take a quick second to highlight any other fall sports you want to make sure we talk about.
Well, I don't want to mention anyone because I don't want to forget anyone, but I will tell you, we are the Alter Knights, and we don't like to lose. So our fall season has been fantastic across the board.
And, of course, my very last question for you, something I know you're passionate about, your Alter Knights dance team. Just give them a shout out. What does everyone at home need to know about them?
Well, they are the Alter Lancerettes, 72 girls strong, and the Alter Lancerettes is the biggest dance team in the state of Ohio for a high school, and they have actually been invited to the Dunkin' Donuts Philadelphia Thanksgiving Day Parade, and they will be performing there and then doing a workshop with the Rockettes.
Very exciting stuff. It was a pleasure to chat with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity.
Of course, that about concludes our halftime show. We're going to be back up in the booth after this quick commercial break.
The Halftime Report has been sponsored by Wright & Schulte.
Second half ready to begin at Doug Adams Stadium in Xenia. Trotwood and Alter as the Alter Knights kick off. This kickoff presented by Wright & Schulte. It's going to take a couple of hops, eventually fielded around the 23-yard line, but the forward progress dragging Dallas Sheehy back, and that's going to put Trotwood inside their own 20-yard line. That's where they will start the first drive of the second half. Matt Digby, Keith Byers, Tej Joshi greeting you on this Thursday evening from Doug Adams Stadium in Xenia. A quick look back at the first half. 17-7. Alter opening the scoring on the opening drive. Here was the 21-yard touchdown run by Noah Jones that broke the plane. He was able to stay in bounds, so Alter off to an ideal start, and they were able to keep that momentum going into the second quarter on a Tony Akwiri field goal, 21 yards. That made it 10-0. Trotwood did get on the board, but then Alter back to a 10-point lead as the Rams on their first drive of the second half. It's a handoff up the middle to Mike Smith, and good for a gain of about 3.5, maybe 4. Here's a look at the halftime stats, and Keith Byers, it's been all Alter for the most part, and they've been able to get the job done on the ground.
Just they have it. 103 yards rushing, 44 yards passing, and they've controlled the clock the whole game, and, they have gotten the Trotwood's quarterback twice, and sacked him. And penalties are all about the same. No turnovers yet in this football game, and that's one thing that Trotwood feasted on last week in Springfield. They're going to need some turnovers this half also.
So no turnovers from either team in the first half as Carpenter's pass complete to Armani Rogers. He's able to get enough for a first down just past the 30. So that's going to move the chains for a Rams first down presented by Arby's.
Say Armani Rogers is real slippery. I mean, first guy hardly ever gets him down. He can make you miss in a phone booth. Very good hands and give you that yards after catch.
On first down, the handoff to Mike Smith. He quickly gets to the right side, has a hole, and has gone to the races.
You can strike up the band. They're not going to catch him.
20-10, touchdown, Mike Smith, 69 yards. Exactly the start that Trotwood needed. That touchdown presented by Donatos.
Trotwood wanted to start this half, totally opposite the way they started the last half. They started this half, fast, a couple of quick plays, and then you get a home run by Michael Smith. And I tell you, he said one of his favorite players is Deion Sanders. And playing against Deion Sanders for many years in the NFL myself, he can make a play on either side of the ball from anywhere on the field, and that's exactly what Michael Smith did.
And the composure of Tim Carpenter after those back-to-back sacks at the very end of the half as Trotwood looked to be in position to get a touchdown. They ran out of time, but the field goal attempt, the PAT from Victor Odumodu, is up and good, and Trotwood is back to within 3 at 17-14. We're just over a minute into the first half, or the second half, I should say, and Trotwood, 3 plays, 1 touchdown. Trotwood Madison Rams within 3. Timeout. There's a look at Trotwood Madison senior running back Mike Smith. He is headed to the University of Akron next year, but right now he is accounted for 12 of the Rams' 14 points on offense, 3-play, 82-yard drive resulting in a 69-yard touchdown run. This scoring drive presented by Rand Associates. So 17-14, Trotwood Madison. They were down 10 to start the second half. They quickly got the ball. They quickly moved downfield at a quicker pace than Alter when they scored on the opening drive of the night. But we have a game indeed as this upcoming kickoff presented by Wright and Schulte. Victor Odumodu ready to send the ball to Alter. And a chance for the Knights to respond.
I want to see if he's going to kick this ball deep this time. They've been giving Alter excellent field position on these kickoff returns. And this time he unleashes one. He's going to give the coverage team a chance to get down and make a tackle.
It is a deep kickoff taken at the 20 and about a 10-yard return by Michael Russ. So Alter will start around their own 30-yard line. And very important from the Alter point of view, when Mike Smith scored the touchdown back in the second quarter, Alter wasted very little time, only about 3 or so minutes on their ensuing drive. They went downfield and scored on the touchdown pass, Gavin Connor to Joe Dorley. So Alter's been in this situation already once. The defense gives them a touchdown, but a chance for the offense to reestablish their momentum.
Yes, so you see, Alter started this last half off fast, and can they start this half off just as fast as they finished the last one?
2 men in the backfield for Connor under center. And it's going to be a handoff to Ron Owens, who is quickly met for a loss. That's number 23 for Trotwood, Gary Buckner. First time we've called his name this evening, and that's going to set up second and about 11 for Alter.
Yeah, Alter had a great deal of success in that first half up the gut. And, I thought that, Trotwood was going to maybe start blitzing more, get more middle blitzes and clog up that middle, and, make Alter beat you outside with speed. And it seemed like they made that adjustment, one play into this half.
On second down and 11, Connor with a short handoff up to Mikey Rose. He does well to get back to the original line of scrimmage, and actually the ball may have come loose and picked up by Trotwood. A huge momentum turn in favor of the Rams. Jeremiah Nash on the recovery. He's another Ram freshman.
Well, they're coming out of that locker room already different.
What a turn of events. It's similar to what we saw last year. Trotwood, they appeared a little flat, you could say, in the first half. They haven't exactly been flat tonight, but Alter has had the upper hand until right now.
I got out of the crowd at halftime, and, the Alter fans were happy to be up. Here we go, look at the ball. Ball's out. The referee, he wasn't down. The ball was out. Excellent tackle. Got a helmet on that football, and sometimes had a tendency to come out.
So Mike Smith, who goes up the right side for a gain of about 6. There is a flag on the play, so we'll wait to see what Ray Bradshaw and his crew determine.
Yeah, the point I was making at halftime, the Alter fans were happy to be up 10 points, but they said they got Coach Graham over there. You can't get too comfortable. They know how Jeff Graham is an Alter alumni.
Number 4.
So they know what kind of coach he was.
First down.
And Trotwood didn't need that minus 10 yards.
Jeff Graham, the former Alter player, now Trotwood head coach. They know very well, these players on both teams know how last year's meeting went in Trotwood, where Alter had the lead for virtually the entire game until the fourth quarter, when the Rams put together a comeback for what was their first win of 2022, and that really got them going as far as the 2022 season was concerned. They ended up making the second round of the playoffs.
Alter's had a great deal of success defensively by pressuring the quarterback, bringing extra blitzers, and they're cutting it like
Tim Carpenter.
They still got pressure again.
Evades one defender, evades two, takes off running, and down the sideline, very close to picking up a first down, is Tim Carpenter, who models his game after who is reportedly now the highest paid quarterback in NFL history, Joe Burrow.
Yeah, he's a bingo fan. He's in there helping up people on the sideline. He can do it all. Joe Burrow's got some little heavier pockets this evening, huh?
Well, with that kind of play, Tim Carpenter was able to get to the sideline and race downfield for a pickup. They are giving it a first down conversion for the Rams, presented by Arby's. And they will set up shop at the Alter 24-yard line.
They overcome a penalty, on that holding penalty. They're still trying to finish off this drive with points, and let's see how it goes.
Trotwood has not led at all tonight. They have trailed by 10 twice. But again, so many similarities. It's coming up to look like how last year's game went.
I mean, they've been down 10 points twice in this game. Yet Jeff Graham is not panicking. He knows his players well. They're still running the ball, and they're believing in their system. And, they've had a great deal of success. A lot of coaches would get out of sorts when you get down by 10 points and start panicking. But not these Rams or Jeff Graham. That's not going to happen tonight.
2nd down and 7, just outside the 20. As we're now under 8:50 to go in the 3rd. Again, Trotwood going for their first lead of the night. Carpenter looking to his left. Quick throw complete to Rogers. One broken tackle enough for a first down. Can he stay in bounds? He does. Touchdown.
He can go to 0 to 100 real fast.
Touchdown, Armani Rogers. That touchdown brought to you by Donato's, and the Trotwood Madison Rams have their first lead of the night at 20-17.
I mean, they see it every time Armani Rogers gets single coverage. Tim Carpenter sees it, takes advantage of it, doesn't have to try to do anything special. Just run a hitch, throw the ball to your guys, and let him make a play. They're listed as an athlete, and he is certainly that.
So what a turn of events. Trotwood quickly goes down the field and scores on the 69-yard run. The Ram defense forces a turnover, and they capitalize on that turnover with another touchdown from Carpenter to Rogers. And the Rams have a 21-17 lead with 8:35 to go in the 3rd quarter of Thursday Night Lights. Timeout from Xenia. We've got a good one again between the Rams and Knights. Armani Rogers on the receiving end of a 21-yard touchdown pass from Tim Carpenter. You see the 4-play, 34-yard scoring summary presented by Rand Associates. That's been a magic number so far for both teams tonight. Noah Jones had a 21-yard touchdown run to open the scoring for Alter. Tony Arcuri had a 21-yard field goal to extend the Knights' lead to 10-0. And now Tim Carpenter on the 21-yard touchdown pass to Armani Rogers. This kickoff presented by Wright and Schulte. Going to be fielded, and the play eventually stopped at the Alter 29-yard line, so that's where the Knights take over. So Ed Domsites, he and his staff able to manage all the situations in the correct fashion in the first half. They had the 10-point lead, but now the 10-point lead is gone. Now how do they reset with their first deficit of the night?
Well, I mean, they see how you respond to adversity. First time that, Altus has some adversity tonight. They know how good Trotwood is. Trotwood knows how good they are. Trotwood responded twice being in a hole by 10 points. Now it's Altus' turn to respond to it.
So first down from the 30. Connor in the shotgun formation. Rod Owens will take the handoff up the left side. Able to get on the backside of 2 defenders out near the 35-yard line. So it's going to bring up 2nd down and short. One man we have not seen often on Alter's drives in the second half is the sophomore running back Noah Jones. He was outstanding in the first half for Alter, making a case to end the player of the game debate early, especially with the 21-yard touchdown run, but he has not seen much action in the second half so far.
I hope he's not injured.
He was on the kickoff coverage, so I don't think it's an injury. 2nd down, it's Rod Owens again, this time up the right side, and he's going to be met for a loss. Multiple Ram defenders in pursuit, including the senior Isaiah Evans, number 9, with the stop. And that brings up 3rd and long.
Not only one of the differences so far as this half has started, Alter offensive line was winning the battle of the trenches. They were playing on Trotwood's side of the line of scrimmage. This half so far, Trotwood is winning those battles of the line of scrimmage, and they're playing on Alter's side of the line of scrimmage. They're winning the trenches. You see all those white jerseys around the ball carrier.
The halftime team talk always so pivotal, especially when you talk about how the first half ended. Trotwood was in prime position to score, but then a couple of consecutive sacks, and the clock just running out on Trotwood.
3rd down for Alter.
And Connor got out of one tackle, fires toward the sideline beyond the reach of Russ. And that's going to be an incompletion, so 4th down upcoming for Alter.
It's really hard when you roll your right-handed quarterback to the left.
That was Xavier Millerton who got a hand to Connor. Connor was able to avoid the sack there, but it is going to be a punt upcoming for the Knights. We haven't seen many punts from either team so far tonight.
No, not really. I mean, Alter's had a great deal of success. This is only their 2nd punt of the night, if my calculations are correct. And they have to just make a play on defense. We had no turnovers in the first half. Trotwood turned that turnover they just had in the last drive that Alter had points.
A booming kick by Wainer, but fumbled by Rogers.
Still loose.
Broken.
It's still loose.
The ball is picked up.
Yeah, but you can't advance a much fumble. That won't be a touchdown. But they will have the ball in excellent field position.
So Okemdi Easy will be credited with the fumble recovery.
I just talked about the turnover that you needed to have. And, Trotwood got one turnover in the points. Now Alter has a turnover. Can they turn this into points and get the lead back?
And is this the spark they needed after Trotwood had that great spark to open the third quarter? You see Rogers tracking back, maybe tracked a little too far back, couldn't quite get his balance right. And Okemdi Easy was Johnny on the spot for the Knights return team.
Yeah, that's good coverage, and
Henry Riefschneider also in pursuit. He would have been there to stop Rogers.
Well, let's see how Trotwood defense responds to this quick change, and what about Alter's offense? Right back to the running game.
First down from the 23. It's a handoff up the right side, and that's going to be a short gain. In fact, it should move the Knights into the red zone, and there is Noah Jones, his first carry of the second half, trying to add to his one touchdown, and it puts the Knights into the Donato's delivery zone. Donato's Pizza, a great call for after the game. Order online for pickup or delivery at donatos.com. Every piece is important.
We have a great game here tonight. I mean, the fans are here, both teams.
Alter with a chance to go back in front. And a handoff to Mikey Rose. Did well just to get back to the line of scrimmage and prevent a loss, but it's going to be 3rd and long upcoming. As we are closing in on 6 minutes to go in the third quarter.
I love doing these Thursday night lights games. I'm a big fan of high school football. You can see the enthusiasm. The fans are in it. The players in it. And these are lifetime memories that they'll have.
It is.
15, 20, 30 years from now, they'll pull up this videotape and say, look at me, with their wife and kids, and, watch me when I was in high school.
We greet all of those watching as Connor on the late pitch out to Jones. Got around one man and picked up a gain inside the 20, but it's still going to set up
that Darius Dennis for Trotwood, he's only a freshman, but he'll lay the wood to you. He loves contact.
So 4th down and about 3 from the 17.
Well, the decision is, do you kick the field goal, make it a one-score game, or do you trust your offense to go out there and get 4 points and get a first down?
And it appears they are going for a field goal. Carter Sheets to hold. Tony Akruri on. He is 1 for 1 on field goals, connecting from 21. This attempt would be from 34. And again from the right hash.
Good hold.
Kick is on the way. It's long enough. And it goes through. So Alter does pull within 1. They do take advantage of the bobbled punt. It's not a touchdown, but it is points. And the Knights are within 1 point with 5:30 to go in the third quarter. It's a 21-20 ball game.
And I tell you, turnovers always are important in every football game. Who makes the least amount of turnovers. That was one of the differences last week's game between Trotwood and Springfield. Trotwood got 5 turnovers. Tonight, they got 1 turnover. They turned that turnover into points, gave their team the lead, and the very next possession, Alter goes and gets a turnover on special teams, a part of the football game that always gets overlooked. We concentrate so much on offense and defense, but special teams is 3 facets of football that you need to have, and that's one of the differences that you help Alter, cut into this lead right now.
So we've had 41 total points in this game, 21-20 Trotwood with the lead. 17 of them have been in this third quarter alone. It was 17-7 at halftime. Trotwood quickly taking the lead with 2 touchdowns, and now our Curry's 34-yard field goal has made it a 21-20 game. This kickoff presented by Wright and Schulte. It is deep, and it's going to be taken from about the 7-yard line. And plenty of space for Rogers to maneuver to the 30. The ball came out, but he is marked down.
The ground doesn't cause a fumble. The ground doesn't cause a fumble.
Simon Dettons, who had a key sack late in the second quarter.
You got to be careful, Simon Dettons. Yeah. Well, we don't have instant replay in high school football. If we did, that might have been deemed a fumble.
Wyatt Riefschneider would have gotten credit for the forced fumble had it stood, but the ruling on the field is that Rogers was
down. The ground
down.
does not cause a fumble.
So Trotwood takes over from their 31-yard line. As you take a look at the scoring summary presented by Rand Associates, 4 plays, 23 yards, a 34-yard field goal, and the key play of that drive, it was a 4th down, a bobbled punt that was recovered by the Knights.
Yeah, those calls by the referee, you're never going to make everyone happy. Some people are going to be upset, somebody's going to be happy.
Smith with the handoff up the right side, getting maybe 2 yards. Brings up 2nd and 8. On the stop for Alter was Henry Riefschneider.
You know, I always talk about momentum. I call him Mo for short. All Mo wants to do is ride. He jumps from sideline to sideline, and tonight he's been on both teams' sideline, and right now he's on the Alter sideline. He's just a front runner.
Very much so.
You want to keep momentum on your side.
He was on Alter's side for the majority of the first half. He did go over to Trotwood just a few minutes ago, but
he's fickle.
He decides whatever he wants to do. Another handoff to Smith. He's out past the 35-yard line, close to the 40. It's going to set up 3rd and short for Trotwood.
I love to see how both these teams are competing. They're hungry. Both of them want to win this football game. They are playing hard. And so you future high school varsity football players, this is what good high school football looks like, where you want to appease the beast someday.
3rd down and 2. Trotwood needs to get to the 41-yard line, and a quick keeper up the middle for Tim Carpenter.
That was an excellent call by Trotwood. They was thinking he was going to turn around and hand the ball off to Michael Smith, and the defense relaxed just a little bit. Wait a minute, the quarterback didn't turn around and hand the ball off. He just kept it.
He only needed 3 yards. He ended up getting close to 5 as it's a 1st down presented by Arby's, and Carpenter quickly going to the air. This ball is caught by Rogers. A step on the defender, touchdown, Trotwood.
I tell you, that was a big-time throw by Timothy Carter. He's still down. He was under immense pressure. Got hit right before he released the football. I mean, that was a big-time throw, big-time catch. And hopefully Timothy Carpenter is not, injured too much. He's still down on the field right now because he didn't see the touchdown pass.
No flag on the play, so the touchdown will stand. It goes as a 56-yard completion to Armani Rogers. And the good news, Tim Carpenter, he's able to jog off the field under his own power. He did have a couple of athletic trainers, and head coach Jeff Graham were quick to run onto the field as soon as the play was ruled dead. But he is on the sideline, able to walk back to the sideline under his own power.
Always good to see. Always good to see that. This game, every point counts.
PAT attempt by Victor Odumodu is good, and it is a 28-20 ball game. Well, if you tuned in, expecting a great game tonight, we are glad that you have not been disappointed. Check out this play. Rogers
dropping the ball in the bucket. That would make Joe Burrows happy. Timothy Carpenter, if Joe Burrow was here tonight, he'd give you a high five when you got on the sideline.
Well, Tim Carpenter, who said his name, he models his game after Joe Burrow, and those of you may have just seen the reports in just the last few minutes that Burrow is now officially the highest paid quarterback in NFL history. He just signed a new deal this evening. But here's a look at the scoring summary presented by Rand Associates. 56-yard touchdown pass, 4-play, 69-yard drive, and Rogers with his 2nd touchdown reception of the night. And Trotwood, they had 7 points all first half. They have 3 touchdowns in this 3rd quarter alone. We still have 4 minutes to go in the 3rd.
A lot of time to play here in this quarter as well as the half. We got over 16 minutes of football to play. We are being, got great seats for an excellent game. The crowd is in it on both sides of the sidelines, and we're a long way from being over. So sit back and relax. I know the NFL is playing tonight. Score 7-7 between Detroit and Kansas City. But, hey, the most important game is what you're watching right now.
It is. The facts are the facts, and the facts are we've had a lot of scoring tonight. And for those of you watching, we thank you for spending your Thursday with us. This kickoff presented by Wright and Schulte. Wayner met at about the 28-yard line, and that's where he will be stopped. So Alter with a chance to take over and potentially tie if they can get a touchdown and a 2-point conversion.
We just talk about momentum, and he's just bouncing from sideline to sideline. Trotwood has the momentum right now. Alter's job is to go out there and, make something happen. They're only 1 score down, though. That's why it's crucial that Alter got points on that last drive. So that was a big field goal that they had. Now it's only an 8-point game. They would have to have touchdown and convert the 2-point conversion. to tie it up. And you have to think of your Alter. If you score this time, do you go for 2 points or try to tie it, or you go for 1?
Connor on first down, handoff to Jones. Broke off 1 tackle, got to about the 37, so it's going to set up second and short.
Well, they're going back to Noah Jones. He had a lot of success in the first half, and this is his first time having a big run, here in the second.
The other thing important worth mentioning, for those of you who may have tuned in late in the second quarter, Trotwood Madison was on the move. They were in prime position to score, but then back-to-back sacks, knocking the Rams out of even field goal range. It was all they could do just to get a playoff, but the play ended on a penalty. So Trotwood potentially could have scored. They ultimately did not. That's why it was 17-7 at halftime. Who knows what could have happened had Trotwood found the end zone. As Jones met for a short gain, if any, it's still going to be third down.
Well, this is a big third down right now. Trotwood's got some things going offensively. Alter's had some success offensively, this second half. And every possession counts. Both teams have a turnover. So if you're Alter, you want to keep when they try to snatch momentum, and you don't want to give the ball right back to Trotwood so quickly. You want to have a couple of first downs, to start your drive. And, this is your first opportunity, 3rd and 2.5. Can they go get it?
Line to gain is the 39-yard line. 3 men in the backfield. Connor on play action. Quickly going deep to Michael Russ, and he dives. Nearly had the catch, but couldn't quite hang on. Clean defense on the part of Jameel Clark, the junior for Trotwood, and that brings up 4th down, and it looks like Alter will punt.
And I love, Gavin Connor gave his receiver a chance to play. He just full out. Oh.
Michael Russ very nearly was able to corral the ball in, and would have been a huge first down conversion for the Knights.
I know Michael would love to have the opportunity to get that one again. Well, that's great effort by Michael Russ. He almost brought it in.
So Weiner back to punt. The last punt was bobbled and picked up by Alter, resulting in a turnover. This time Mike Smith hangs on to the ball.
Boy.
Quickly gets a couple of blocks, breaks out past the 50, hurdles one defender. A flag is on the play. So Smith is marked down to about the 31-yard line, but it may be coming back. I do know from my experience last year, hurdling a player is going to bring out a flag every time.
Yeah, he's got the preliminary. It looks like a holding.
During the return, holding, number 28 on the receiving team. 10 yards, be first down.
That was Michael Keith that got called for holding.
So that moves Trotwood actually all the way back to their side of midfield, because that's where the foul occurred. But 2:13 to go in the third quarter. Trotwood,
they are being very explosive.
They've had the ball 3 drives. They've scored 3 touchdowns in this third quarter to take the lead, now 28-20. And
Alter's got to come up with some answers to what Trotwood has made some adjustments to, at halftime.
Ball is at the 41-yard line. Carpenter with 2 men in the backfield. And it's a handoff, and nearly got away from 1 man.
That was an excellent play by the defensive end there.
It's a short gain for Malachi Johnson, the senior 5'8" running back on the carry.
Yeah, Nolan Ockburns, that's a good play right there. He doesn't make that tackle. Garrett Buckner has some yards. Malachi Johnson has some yards to go get.
So officially, they give no gain on the play, so 2nd and 10. Again, line to gain is the Alter 49-yard line. We're coming up on 90 seconds to go in the third quarter. Carpenter quickly hit as he throws, and the pass is complete. It's going to be short of a first down, but Armani Rogers hanging on to the ball for a completion out to about the 46.
The Alter's bringing a lot of pressure. They're bringing blitzes, and they're not going to let Timothy Carpenter stand back and pick them apart. They're making him get rid of that ball quick.
So a gain of about 5.5 on the play brings up 3rd and 4.
Now, we was talking about crucial third down opportunities. Trotwood got off the field on their third down. Their defense is out there. That's what Alter's going to have to do right now. They need a big stop, going into the fourth quarter. Can they get off the field against this vaunted Trotwood offense in this third quarter?
Carpenter with one man in the backfield as the play clock was running down.
Timeout, Trotwood. That's their first charge timeout.
So Trotwood will call timeout with 46 seconds to go in the third quarter. So if you've just joined us for the second half, it was very similar to what last year's game was. If you were watching any of last year's game between Alter and Trotwood, which we had for you at Trotwood Madison High School, Alter set the tone in the opening half, and they maintained that momentum. Trotwood was able to find their feet in the second half, and it became a back-and-forth contest with Trotwood scoring in the fourth quarter and then getting a late interception to win 26-24. This game, obviously, it will not finish 26-24, identical to last year, but the feel of it has been very similar. Alter setting the tone early. They have had leads of 10-0 and 17-7, but ever since the halftime speeches and the teams coming back for the second half, it has been Trotwood. They have outscored the Knights 21-3. 3 touchdowns. They're right now on their fourth drive of the second half, and they have been in control ever since coming out of halftime.
Absolutely. They know how important, this down is. They know they need to get something going to, stay on the field, keep that momentum going forward, because right now, one possession score, after this third quarter, so we've seen so far in this third quarter, we're going to see some more points.
Yes.
So you need to put points on the board if you Trotwood. I don't think 28 points is going to be enough.
3rd down and 4. Trotwood needs to get to the Knight 49-yard line, just past midfield.
Got him in.
Carpenter's pass is complete to Rogers, who has the first down, tiptoeing and out of bounds inside the 40. So they needed 4. They got well more than that, and the drive is staying alive.
That was a very timely timeout that Coach Graham called. That's good coaching. You get the play that you want instead of rushing it, and then having the punt team out there. He took the time, got the play offensive look that you wanted. Timothy Carpenter put the ball in his playmaker's hand.
First down presented by Arby's. It's a QB keeper to the left side, and Carpenter has room to work with. Able to get by 1 man, 2 men, and will slide down not far from the line to gain. It could very well be another first down, but we do have a late flag after the play.
He was going into his slide, yet he still got hit. I don't know if that's unsportsmanlike conduct. I mean, not necessarily roughness or not. I don't want to speculate too much as I'm speculating.
The fact of the matter is that the flag did come well after the play was ruled dead. So right now, Ray Bradshaw and his crew conferring.
Illegal participation on the defense. 12 men on the field. We tacked on to the end of the run. Half the distance. First down.
Well, if you can't stop with 11, how about a 12th guy? No, you don't want to do that.
And with the placement of the ball following the penalty, it's not just a first down presented by Arby's. It also moves Trotwood into the Donato's delivery zone. Donato's a great call for after the game. Order online for pickup or delivery at donatos.com. Every piece is important.
When Trotwood goes tempo, they got caught Alter with, too many people on the field.
10 seconds to go in the third quarter. There is a slight gap in the play clock time, so I don't think Trotwood will be able to run the clock down. No, there's still 1 second left, or they...
Yes. They got him with a penalty.
Well, because there was
there's a syncopation.
There was a 1 second gap. The play clock was 1 second ahead of the game clock, so that's what the penalty is going to be, a delay of game. It was just miscommunication because Trotwood thought the clock was going to be able to run out. It was not.
They're discussing it. I mean, they don't have tenths on it.
There is no flag on the play. There is no flag on the play. The game clock expired.
So that's the official ruling from Ray Bradshaw, is that the game clock and play clock were in sync. So we have played a 3-quarter outstanding game between Alter and Trotwood Madison. 28-20, the Rams lead after 3 quarters of play. And the Rams will be in the red zone when we return. You're watching Leeds Thursday Night Lights, presented by Cincinnati Area Toyota Dealers. Week 4 of Thursday Night Lights was eventful last year. We were hoping for a great game this year, and we indeed have had a great game. Trotwood with a 28-20 lead on Alter, and they have a chance to go up 2 scores as they have 1st and 10 from the Knight 15-yard line. On first down, Carpenter with a handoff to Smith. 1 broken tackle, 2 broken tackles, 1 man to beat. Touchdown, Mike Smith, his 3rd of the night.
Did the ball break the end zone? Did it break the plane? The ref hasn't given his touchdown signal yet. Did the ball break
And now
the
some
plane?
discussion. And after some
linesman didn't get
deliberation, indeed, it is being referred to as a touchdown. So Mike Smith on a 15-yard run finds the end zone for the third time tonight. That touchdown presented by Donato's, and the Rams have now established a 2-score lead at 34-20.
I'll never take extra points for granted.
Especially because it now makes it a 15-point game with just under 12 minutes to go in regulation time. Mike Smith, he has scored on runs of 9, 69 yards, and now from 15. 35-20, Trotwood Madison leads Alter on Thursday Night Lights. Trotwood Madison has extended their lead to 15 points. They have outscored the Knights 28-3 in the second half after trailing 17-7 at the break. And Mike Smith right now making his case for player of the game as Victor Odubodu sends away the kickoff presented by Wright and Schulte. It's taken and fielded, no return because he was on the ground. So Alter will take over at the 21-yard line.
And Mario Rogers said, not so fast. He's making a case for his player of the game also, as well as Tim Carpenter. But this fourth quarter is going to determine who's going to be the player of the game, and Alter players still have something to say about it also.
Here's a look at the scoring drive presented by Rand Associates. Smith with a 15-yard touchdown run, capping off a 5-play, 59-yard drive, and that's been the MO for Trotwood in the second half. Not just the offensive success, but the defensive success, limiting the opportunities for Alter. The Knights only have a field goal this half, and largely that was because of recovering a muffed punt recovery, a fumbled punt recovery.
But they turn turnover into points. But sometimes you got to make your own drive amongst yourself. They've done that in the first half, but they haven't been able to get them started totally on offense where they just go long to sustained drive.
So on first down, Connor rolling to his left and throws over the middle is incomplete over the head of the intended receiver, John Thiemann, the senior. So that brings up 2nd and 10. Connor was able to dictate the pace of the game in the first half at his liking. He was able to give steady handoffs to Noah Jones, who by far has been the player of the game from Alter's point of view, but ever since halftime, it has been Trotwood establishing their momentum.
You know, I mean, Alter has some weapons too. I mean, you got big number 1 Carter Sheets. He's caught a touchdown in the first half. You know, you got to be able to get him back involved. You know, big body, 6'4", 160 pounds.
Short pass over to the right side to Russ. He waited for an opening on the bubble screen and got close to about 5 yards. Going to set up third and more manageable than 10.
Absolutely more manageable. You know, you try with defensive linemen just can't line up and go chase the quarterback when, you know, the same way they can when it's 3rd and long. But 3rd and medium, you know, Alter is running for first downs. Also, right up the gut.
And they have the man who has picked up those first downs, Noah Jones, in the backfield on the left hip of Connor. Connor's going to pass on 3rd down. Quickly evading pressure, trying to buy some time. His pass complete to Carter Sheets.
He got the ball to Carter Sheets.
Out past the 40, and that is good enough for a Knight first down presented by Backmasters. A much-needed first down conversion for the Alter offense.
You know, when in doubt, find one of your big weapons. And this time, you know, they made Gavin Connor rode to his right. He's a right-handed quarterback. That's what you don't want to do. So, you know, and he was able to keep his eyes downfield and found an open receiver. That's excellent quarterbacking.
Connor thought about a screen, ended up taking the ball across the line of scrimmage himself, and he does get a positive gain on the play out past the 45. They'll mark him at the 46. Forward progress. On the stop for Trotwood was Darius Dennis, number 19.
I like Gavin Connor's game. I mean, he's going to play on the next level someday if we so desire.
And he's only a junior, too.
He's only a junior. He's only going to get better. I'm sure a lot of college coaches are going to you can just see how he demands leadership out there on the football field. He makes plays with his arm and his legs, reads defenses. He's going to got a bright future.
On 2nd and 6, Connor rolling to his right, tries to complete a pass, which he does to Sheets. We'll see where they mark him. They'll mark him just shy of the line to gain. So it is a gain of 5, brings up 3rd down and 1, but the Knights are past midfield.
Sheets is a nice-looking wide receiver, too. Jeez. Catching the ball with his hands. little flag, little laundry on the field here. Referee's trying to figure out what the call is.
And the flag back on the left side of the field, away from where the pass was thrown to the far side in front of the Trotwood bench. And now Ray Bradshaw conferring with Ed Domsites. We have this break. Want a chance to tell you we do know a couple of schools interested in this game. I've been told the coaching staff from Withrow made the trip up from Cincinnati to Xenia. That is who Trotwood Madison will be playing next week in week number 5 of high school football.
Withrow Tigers.
Equipment violation on the defense. 5 yards, second down.
Equipment violation.
We don't hear that too often.
Sometimes it could be as simple as not having his mouthpiece in.
But yes, we were told the Withrow.
He's got one dangling, but he's also got one in his mouth.
But the Withrow staff is here. Trotwood headed to Withrow next week for week 5. And Alter will have a home game next week against Bellbrook. And then you get into conference play. Trotwood Madison officially an independent, but they do play all 5 of the Dayton public schools that have football teams. So that part of the season will start for them in week 6. And Alter will start GCL play in week 6 as well. They'll be taking on Chaminade Julienne, Carroll, Fenwick, Baden, and McNicholas.
Some good games, good schedule.
Trotwood Madison will have their chance to go up against Dayton Public Schools competition. They'll be facing Meadowdale, Belmont, Dunbar, Ponitz, and Thurgood Marshall. Alter entering this game with 2 wins over Dayton City Schools.
There is no foul on the play for illegal equipment.
Yeah. I mean, the guy had a mouthpiece dangling off his face mask, but he also had his mouthpiece in his mouth. So he had 2 mouthpieces.
He did.
I can see how it can confuse the referees. See, I'm not hard on the referees all the time.
3rd down and 1 from the Trotwood 49-yard line. It's a handoff up the middle. Noah Jones has the first down now past the 45-yard line to the 43. That is a night first down presented by Bathmasters.
I like the way Noah Jones runs the ball. He stays behind shoulder pads, runs north-south, and gets positive yards more often than not.
So a big drive here for Alter as they try to get back in the game. They've only had 1 field goal this second half.
This is a very important drive for Alter.
Connor waiting for time, and the time gives him an opening to pick up a run inside the 30 and out near the 25-yard line. So Gavin Connor on a QB keeper picks up nearly 20, and that's good for another Alter first down presented by Bathmasters.
I was just talking about it. He said he can make plays with his arm and with his legs, and that time he made one with his legs. You know, excellent leadership. Didn't like what he saw, just tuck it and run it and give your team a chance. You know, can Alter answer the question? Can they've been down 2 scores? They've seen Trotwood down 10 points twice, double digits. Now this is Alter's first time being down double digits. How are they going to respond? And so far in this drive, they seem to be responding pretty positively, you know, to get it back to a 1-score game.
From the Ram 25, Connor rolling to his right, puts up a deep ball, going to be a jump ball. And there's a flag for Carter Sheets, the intended receiver, but the Trotwood defender on coverage made contact a little too early, and that will move the Knights 15 yards closer.
Maybe Carter Sheets went over to the sideline and told the coach, give me the ball. Give me a chance to make some plays.
He had a key.
I'm 6'4". I'm a big-time guy.
Pass interference, defense. Half the distance, play results on the first down.
So half the distance, the official call. That will move Alter into the inside the 15-yard line. So it's not just a first down presented by Bathmasters. It also puts the Knights in the Donato's delivery zone. Donato's Pizza, a great call for after the game. Order online for pickup or delivery at donatos.com. Every piece is important. No question in your mind, Keith, 4-down territory with 9 minutes to go?
No question whatsoever. The way Trotwood, the hottest Trotwood offense is right now, they can score from anywhere. When you get deep in their territory, you have got to put points on the board. And I'm not talking field goal. I'm talking touchdown if you're Alter.
On first down, handoff to Noah Jones. 1 hole up the middle, and the ball came loose. Trotwood says they've recovered, and they have.
Wow. That's their 3rd turnover tonight. There's a second, I think it's a third turnover. You know, Trotwood you know, they're being opportunistic, and this one really hurts Alter. You're in the red zone, you're in the scoring zone, and you put the ball on the field. You put the ball on the turf.
So the Trotwood defense, they were giving up yardage, but they got a break on this turnover. It was 54 who caused the ball to come loose. Jamarcus Weiss, one of the freshman defensive linemen. And right on the spot was Armani Rogers. He had a touchdown catch already tonight. He's had 2 of them, and now he has a fumble recovery.
I told you Armani Rogers said I got something to say about player of the game.
Big play for Trotwood as they take over from their own 8-yard line. Smith handoff.
Smith again.
Has a blocker to help, and he's being chased by multiple defenders, taken down past the 40, and that is good for a Ram first down presented by Bathmasters.
Oh boy, we may have to come away and have 2 co-players in the game. The way this game is trending right now, a lot of football played 9 minutes and 28 seconds to go. Nice run up the middle, around the end. Ball, keep the ball on outside arm, young man.
So a first down presented by Bathmasters puts Trotwood out from the shadow of their own end zone out to the 41-yard line. As the clock runs now with 9:15 and counting.
Jeff Graham loves the running game, and so do I. You know, and the running game has, kept him in this ball game. And when you're starting to gash the defense like this, you just cutting them up, getting positive yards, eating clock.
Smith gets a gain of about 5. And there is a timeout for an injured Alter player. And we are going to take a break with 8:58 to go in regulation. Trotwood with the ball, leading 35-20, as the Rams are just minutes away from their 3rd straight win, or can Alter mount to come back to get their 3rd straight win. An eventful second half in Xenia. You're watching Thursday Night Lights. Thursday Night Lights, Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken Thursday Night Lights, presented by Cincinnati area Toyota dealers, will continue next Thursday, September 14th. We will come to you from Waynesville High School, a Southwestern Buckeye League matchup between the Oakwood Lumberjacks and the Waynesville Spartans. You can watch the game on MyTV Dayton. That is channel 22.3 over the air, channel 24 on Spectrum. We'll also be streaming the game live on Facebook and on our website, Dayton247now.com. 9 minutes to go in regulation time as Trotwood with the ball and a 35-20 lead. The Alter player who did require some attention from trainers, he was able to walk off the sideline under his own power. As this handoff will result in a short gain, it will bring up 3rd and short for the Rebs.
Alter's defense need to come up with a big stand here. They have to get off the field. You got to win 3rd down or get that turnover. Alter's team only has 1 turnover, and that was on special teams. This defense need to turn Trotwood over or get up the field right now. Win this 3rd down. Give your offense a chance with 8.5 minutes to go in the football game.
So a very entertaining game here tonight between the Rams and Knights. We are certainly looking forward to a great game next week between Oakwood and Waynesville. As Carpenter lines up under center, 3rd and 2. Carpenter looking to pass, pump fakes, a throw over the middle, it is incomplete.
Good. And more importantly, the clock stops.
Colin Wayner on the coverage, and Colin was reacting as if maybe there was a flag thrown, but I did not see any flag.
It's just as it looked like it was an overthrow, but he was throwing to the receiver behind him. And that's where it was a possible pass interference that they were looking for.
So Trotwood will punt with 7:49 to go in the game and a 15-point lead. So the Alter Knights, after losing a fumble in the red zone, they do not give up a touchdown themselves as a result. And this punt will go to about the 29-yard line. That's where Alter will take over. And no question at this point, it's all 4th down territory for the Knight offense.
Well, absolutely. They're down 15 points. 7 minutes and 37 seconds to go in the ball game. When you're an offensive player, you walk out that huddle, hey, when we leave this field, we got to have some points on the board. And I mean a touchdown. And that's most important. And there's that Champions Trophy.
Here's the Champions Trophy presented by Rand Associates. We've had 3 teams claim this trophy already. It was first awarded here 3 weeks ago when the Xenia Buccaneers opened the season in shutout fashion by winning against their Greene County rival Beaver Creek. The Eagles took home the trophy in week 2, and last week Troy was the winner 16-7 against Butler. So home teams this year entering Thursday Night Lights week 4, they were 3-0. Trotwood is on track to become the first visiting team to take home the trophy, and they are officially 7-37 from doing so. But we again have 6 more games to come your way starting next week when Oakwood goes to Waynesville, and both those teams have interesting matchups coming up tonight, or tomorrow I should say. Oakwood will be at home against Eaton. The Lumberjacks lost their season opener against Marymount, but have rebounded with 2 straight wins. They're 2-1. They'll go for a 3rd straight win tomorrow against the unbeaten Eaton Eagles. And Waynesville will be on the road at Brookville. The Spartans also 2-1 after a season opening loss to Clinton Massey. And they will go on the road, the Spartans will, to Brookville, try to get a 3 straight win. So we have a matchup of 2 teams that are right now 2-1. Next week we could very well have a matchup of teams that are 3-1 going against each other.
I'm looking forward to it. I've never been out to Waynesville at their stadium, so I always get a chance to see them and Oakwood play. I love to watch all high school football, and some of the teams that don't get as well known, I'm looking forward to being there next week.
It's the Southwestern Buckeye League that we will be featuring. We also have a great matchup planned for week 6 when Miamisburg goes to Northmont. That is our GWalk matchup, and then we'll also have one more GCL game, I should say. It is a GCL matchup in week 7 when Bishop Fenwick makes the trip up I-75 to Roger Glass Stadium to take on Chaminade Julienne.
That's a nice stadium, just opened up a few years.
It is. 7:37 to go in the 4th quarter. Alter with the ball at their own 31-yard line. Connor out of the shotgun, rolling to his right. Has time to throw. It was tipped and falls incomplete. It looked like Connor was intending to throw the pass to Andy Duplain, but then Carter Sheets, the way he ran his route, he may have inadvertently broken up the pass intended for Duplain.
A miscommunication there between the receivers. You don't want to flood your area with two guys with the same jersey on.
So instead of a potential first down or 2nd and short, it's going to bring up 2nd and 10 with 7.5 to go.
No time to panic. But you don't want to have too many negative plays, and they don't want to play behind the chains, 2nd and 10.
Connor with one man in the backfield. It's Rod Owens. He gets the carry. One broken tackle out past the 40 to the 45, and that's good for a night first down. That first down presented by Bathmasters.
That was 2nd and long. You would think they was going to throw the ball, but they haven't totally abandoned their running game either. Jeff Graham is not going to abandon his running game no matter when they were down 2 scores. So I think Alter's going to take a page out of Trotwood's playbook and, try to run their way back into it as well as pass.
Screen pass out to Rod Owens, who quickly gets back to the 45, has a couple of holes to get out near midfield, bring up 2nd and short.
That's just as good as a run right there.
And you and I, we did see the game last week between Trotwood and Springfield. That was a game where Springfield early in the game had, I think they had a 2nd and 35 or 2nd and 36, but they tried to run and picked up a first down in the first quarter.
Yes, they did.
It's all a matter of catching the Ram defense unaware, which Alter was able to do on that 2nd and 10 run from Rod Owens. And right now, 2nd and 5 from midfield with 7:10 to go.
I'm looking for Sheets when I went in doubt.
Well, this pass not to Sheets, but it is to Michael Russ. It is complete for an Alter first down. That moves them inside the 40, and it's a first down presented by Bathmasters.
Yeah, this is the drive that Alter needs right now. You want to give yourself a touchdown with time on the clock to give your defense a chance to stop. I know they're still 38 yards away from pay dirt, but this is that series where you feel it's touchdown or bust. If we want to win this game, we need a touchdown on this drive.
Alter's last drive ending on a lost fumble in the red zone as Connor's pass over the middle tipped and nearly intercepted. It's an incompletion, but it could have been so much more for the Trotwood defense.
I mean, that defense is opportunistic. You had 5 turnovers last week and 3 so far tonight. We're trying to get another 5. They're looking for 2 more. But, there's tip balls usually find a way into the defensive player's hands, and that gets to be contagious once it starts happening.
Jamarcus Weiss had the tip at the line of scrimmage, and Marlon Howard Jr., the defensive back, actually got a hand to the pass. Couldn't quite corral it in. Otherwise, Trotwood will be celebrating a 4th turnover.
You know, you tell your defensive lineman to get to the quarterback. If you can't get there, put your hands up, and that's what happened there. Good things happen.
On second down, handoff to Owens. Tried to get by one man, does not, but he does pick up a gain of close to 4.
I think that's a good call. It's 1st and 10. You figure you got 3 chances to get it, and hey, one of those 3, you know, why not run the ball? So they ran it, got 4 yards. Still got two chances to get the first down, because I'm sure they're going to go for it on 4th down.
3rd down and 7 from the 35. Connor with time, now rolling to his right.
Got his eyes downfield.
And was hit as he threw. He was able to stay behind the line of scrimmage, so he won't be penalized for that.
Yeah, it wasn't a late hit either. He's still in bounds.
It is an incompletion, brings up 4th down from the 35. You think go for it at this point?
Oh, I do. 4th and manageable. 4th and 7. You know, you don't have to get, you know, too outrageous in your play calling. You know, just take what the defense gives you. If I'm Trotwood, I may put a little pressure on the quarterback. You know, get the ball out of his hand quickly. And, of course, you know, I think Gavin Connor's done a great job all night, but I would be looking to get on the same page with Carter Sheets. Get that 6'4" body a chance to make a play.
Ball is at the 35. Alter needs to get to the Ram 28-yard line.
Alter's going to take your time out here to make sure they get the right exact play call.
Alter.
Especially with 6:08 to go in the regulation here. We did not have any overtime games at all last year. I'm not suggesting we're destined for overtime. We almost did have one in Week 10 last year when Ponitz and Meadowdale met at Welcome Stadium. Ponitz able to win on a walk-off field goal to win 3-0. That was the closest we came to an overtime. But again, taking a look at this year's schedule, this is week number 4 for us. We will be in Waynesville next week. Then it's Northmont and Chaminade-Julienne to close out the month of September.
Yeah, Northmont has a dynamic quarterback in Deuce Courtner.
And to round out October, we will be at the Ohio Heritage Conference. Springfield's Catholic Central will make the trip to Greenon. Another MVL game on October 12th between Tippecanoe and Stebbins. And we close our season at Welcome Stadium October 19th when the Dunbar Wolverines take on the Ponitz Golden Panthers.
I'm looking forward to going to Welcome Stadium. That's the stadium I played high school football in.
And a new look Welcome Stadium, too.
Absolutely.
They've had some renovations done. They're getting ready for games this weekend. Ponitz will be home tomorrow night when they take on Bellbrook. And then the University of Dayton has their home opener on Saturday against the Central State Marauders. It will be the first home game for University of Dayton football with new head coach Trevor Andrews. And there is an Alter grad who is a captain for the Flyers this year, wide receiver Derek Willits.
Awesome.
4th down and 7. Connor throws, and it falls short of his intended man. It was Andy Duplain. So an incompletion resulting in a turnover on downs, and Trotwood Madison will take over with 6:03 to go in the game.
Well, all is not lost. I mean, at least you gave the players a chance to make the play. Trotwood played excellent defense that time. They confused Alter a little bit. They thought maybe they were going to come with an all-out blitz. They played coverage. Everybody just stayed there. They just set up the sticks and made a play on the ball.
And now the situation for Jeff Graham with 6 minutes to go. Is your primary focus just running out the clock and making sure, get everyone on the same page, get everyone healthy, ready for next week? They're going to be in a battle when they go down to Withrow, or do they want to try to get another touchdown to
you
create
can't
some
worry
separation?
about next week. It's this week, and you want to run to victory, and pass safely. And most important, do not turn the ball over. They know you're going to run. You know you're going to run, but that's why you work on the inside running drills. Everybody know you stay in bounds, get what you can get.
As Smith able to carry defenders with him.
I see some laundry
there is
on
a
the
flag
field.
on the play. Otherwise, it is a first down out past midfield. But the play will indeed be coming back.
Holding. Offense number 8, 10 yards, first down.
So that negates what would have been a 20-plus yard carry for Mike Smith, who has to have more than 100 yards at this point rushing. His 3 touchdowns tonight, 9 yards in the second, and then in the third quarter, 69 yards. And then first play of the fourth quarter was a 15-yard touchdown run up the left side, or the right side, excuse me.
Well, that's first and a bunch. First and 20.
First and 20 because of where they set the ball after the holding call.
Yeah, but if I'm Trotwood, I still have to run the clock right now. When Alter gets his ball back, you don't want to give them hardly any time.
Alter does have 2 timeouts, and Keenaz Smith with the carry up the left side, able to manage a short gain, but it's still going to bring up second and very long inside the 30.
Yeah, if you're Trotwood, you do not want to snap the ball unless it's less than 5 seconds to go in the play clock, so you just want to let the clock go tick-tock, tick-tock. You want to milk the clock, still want to be aggressive. And sometimes people misunderstand what aggressive means. They think aggressive means you got to throw the ball.
Yeah.
No, aggressive means, you have to call the play that you feel you're going to be the most successful with. And a lot of times I still run the ball. I mean, you got Michael Smith back there. That's being aggressive, handing him the football. Good things happen more often than not.
2 men in the backfield. It's Keenaz Smith with the carry again up the left side, and he's out past the 30, but it's still going to bring up third and more than 10.
Yeah, I think Coach Dumpsites is trying to figure out what is he going to say. He only has 2 timeouts. I would think you stop him here on third down, you call timeout so that they don't drain any more clock before the punt. I doubt seriously the Trotwood's going to throw the ball here on 3rd and 15. The clock is Trotwood's friend and it's Alter's enemy right now. Hang on to, your Alter, you're looking for turnovers. Try to tackle the guy first and get the ball out second.
Play clock was running very low, but Carpenter got the snap off with 1 on the play clock, and it was all he was able to do to prevent a loss on the play. He may have lost a yard anyway, but it's still going to be 4th down, and that clock will still continue to run. So Alter gets the ball back, but now they are quickly running out of time, and they only have 2 timeouts to work with, down 2 scores.
I would have taken a timeout now before the 4th down punt to give my offense and the team as many opportunities I have to win the football game. You don't want to go to the locker room with those 2 timeouts, so you have to use them wisely. You want to stop the clock, try to get as quick a score as possible, onside kicking, and you still have a timeout.
Punt sent away by Odumodu, and a fair catch caught and received by Colin Wayner at the Alter 44-yard line. So 200 seconds remain in the regulation time of this Week 4 Thursday Night Lights matchup, as Trotwood Madison leads 35-20. They have outscored Alter 28-3 in this second half alone.
Ladies and gentlemen, NFL inaugural game of the year. At halftime, score the Chiefs 14, Lions 7.
So Alter, they were doing so well in the first half, but very much like what we saw last year on Week 4 in Trotwood. It was the Rams who were able to make the necessary adjustments at halftime. They came out with purpose, and Alter has made plays in the second half. We would be lying if we said Alter has not made plays, because they have. They've gotten a couple drives into the red zone, but they've had a lost fumble and a turnover on downs on drives that, had they been touchdowns, it could very well be a 35-35 ball game right now.
Yeah, they had that red zone turnover. That really hurt them. Took a lot of the wind out of their sails. That was that fumble they had down there inside the 10-yard line.
Connor's pass on first down was incomplete. It was beyond his intended receiver as John Tiemann checks in, the senior wide receiver. 3:14 to go. One man in motion. That's Connor with time. Fires over the middle, and Sheets was wide open. He was able to get separation from his defender, but couldn't quite hang on to the ball.
That's one of the few times that him and the quarterback weren't on the same page.
It was just beyond his grasp. Otherwise, Alter was looking at a big and much-needed gain. Sheets did get a hand to it, but couldn't quite corral it in.
I'm glad if he didn't get a hand on it, it might have been an interception. That safety was laying in the weight, in the cut.
3rd down and 10.
We're in 4th territory.
Alter needs to get to the Trotwood 46-yard line, and the Rams right now are playing with 3 men back in almost a prevent defense type set.
Yeah, they're only rushing 2 now,
Connor
at 9.
raced back all the way close to his 30, fires deep downfield. It's incomplete. It looked to nearly be another 50-50 ball like what we saw last week in Troy, with Sheets the intended receiver, but it lands on the turf for an incompletion.
The Altar's just going to go for the punt right now. I thought for sure they were going to go for it on 4th down.
Just under 3 minutes to go. Well, we talked to both players. They say taking it 1 week at a time, but Alter also brought up, you know, they have this game, and then they also have a very quality opponent next week in Bellbrook, the Golden Eagles. They had a tough week last week at Valley View, but otherwise they have had a strong start. They are 1-2 after a close loss last week against Miamisburg, but another muffed punt and recovered by Alter. So by no means is the game over yet. 2:52 and a lot can happen.
Need to happen.
It was Michael Smith, and that he clearly made contact. Jacob Wasik on the fumble recovery.
Yeah, that's the second time that, you know, that Trotwood has muffed the punt, and both times it happened was where the returner was falling back, trying to get it instead of going forward. You know, like old baseball player that I am. I used to play baseball growing up. That ball's coming down at you like a knuckleball. You have to attack the football, catch it high, catch it at, you know, at chest high, not below your waist. And when the ball goes below your waist, it's going to be hard to get that football.
On first down, a pitch to Owens with plenty of space inside the 10. And Owens into the end zone. Touchdown, Alter.
Just like that, we have a one-score game coming up if they get the two-point conversion.
So 9 total points as our MVP, our staff MVP, Derek, our cameraman, but a touchdown presented by Donatos, and it is a 35-26 ball game.
That was similar to the first half. Same player option.
It was.
To Noah Jones.
Extra point by our Curry is up and good, and it is back to a one-possession game with 2:44 to go. So Alter, they have taken advantage of 2 recoveries of fumbles of blocked punts. They have made 10 points out of those, and that's their 10 points of the second half. And Rod Owens, for the first time tonight, he gets in the end zone for an Alter night touchdown.
Now, if you're Alter, you're thinking about onside kicking this. You only have one timeout. So I would have my hands team out there.
Alter does have 2 timeouts left.
No, I'm sorry, 2 timeouts left. I will still have my hands team out there.
So 2:44 to go. The complexion of this game has changed. It looked like Trotwood was going to take a punt and run the ball up the field, potentially try to run out the clock. But a fumble on the muff punt. Very next play, Rod Owens, a 17-yard touchdown as the scoring summary presented by Rand Associates. One possession game, and still both teams with timeouts. A lot can happen in these remaining 2 minutes, 44 seconds. This kickoff is presented by Wright and Schulte. Tony Curry will send the ball away. Armani Rogers is the lone man deep, but they do go for the onside kick. It is quickly recovered by Trotwood at their own 40. That was number 14, Dallas Sheehy, with the recovery.
You know, right now, this part of the game, it comes down to, hey, we need a first down. 2 first downs wins the ball game. You know, they know you're going to run it. You know you're going to run it.
The question is,
who's going to win, bat or wheels?
But I talked with Ed Domsides yesterday. He acknowledged the dual threat that Tim Carpenter, the quarterback, brings. Domsides said of Carpenter, you can't truly stop him. You can only hope to slow him down. They did slow him down in the first half, but not so much in the second half. Carpenter has been able to use his influence, and this handoff to Keenaz Smith for a short gain.
Alter.
Now they got the fans back involved.
Alter has called their second timeout with 2:35 to go.
They're ringing their bells in the stands and go, encouraging your team to win. Can Alter's defense get that one stop to give their offense a chance?
Well, in case you missed it, next week we are headed to the Southwestern Buckeye League as the Oakwood Lumberjacks will take on the Waynesville Spartans. That game will kick off at Thursday, September 4th at 7 p.m. You can watch the game on MyTV Dayton on channel 22.3 over the air or channel 24 on Spectrum. We will also be streaming on our Facebook page, Dayton 24/7 Now, and you can also watch the game on our website, Dayton247now.com. Of course, the Lumberjacks and Spartans do have intriguing matchups coming up tomorrow night in Week 4. Oakwood is home to Eaton, and I can actually make the call right now. Eaton at Oakwood will be our game of the week tomorrow night for Donato's Football Friday. Adam Arrow and I will have highlights from around the Miami Valley, and we will also have coverage of Waynesville's game. They are on the road at Brookville to open SWBL play as both teams go for a third straight win themselves before meeting each other on Thursday Night Lights.
Yeah, if I'm Trotwood, I got a senior quarterback. I don't necessarily have to run it. I trust my receivers too. They've had success all night long. But I wouldn't, I would throw a nice safe pass if I threw it, but they're running the ball.
2nd down and 8, Smith on the carry. Not going to be a large gain, but it will force Alter to call their final timeout with 2:30 to go.
Alter.
So 3rd down and 8. Your mind, it basically comes down to this play right here.
If I'm Trotwood, if I want to win this game, we need a first down. If I'm Alter, if I want a chance to win this game, I need to stop him.
And drive down, get a touchdown, and a 2-point conversion.
Right, exactly. But you don't get a chance to do that if you don't stop him on 3rd down. You just want a chance to win the game. And that was one of my keys to the game early. I said, Alter needs to keep this game close to have a chance to win it in the 4th quarter, where they get the game close. They're going to have an opportunity to win the game if they can get off the field. So we'll see how that, plays out. Trotwood, I thought they was going to start fast.
Yep.
That was one of my keys. They didn't start fast.
In the first half, they didn't. But the second half, they did.
The second half, they did. They got the halves mixed up. Now, can they finish the race? No penalties. Everybody do your job. I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Graham throws a pass. Something safe that, they've been winning, look for Amari Rogers, to make a play, or Michael Smith, or Tim Carpenter.
Rogers is the only receiver. He's down on the right side by the Alter sideline. 2 men are in the backfield behind Carpenter.
He's going to run it, though.
And a handoff up the right side. It's stopped. So Alter did what they needed to do. They forced a 4th down, and they will have plenty of time for a potential game-tying touchdown.
Well, Jeff Graham is going to give his defense a chance to win the football game. They've taken the ball away from him 3 times. They've done a great job overall in the second half. You got to figure Alter might be coming after this punt because 2 of their turnovers that both came off special teams. So they got quite a few. So your most important thing is protect and get this punt off and give your defense a chance. You see Alter's lined up. They're coming after this kick.
Colin Wayner, the lone man back. We have several flags on the play.
Yeah, we got offsides on Trotwood.
At the same time, you have to imagine that Alter coaches will probably be telling Colin Wayner, we'll wait for Ray Bradshaw to make the announcement of the call.
Dead ball, false start offense, number 25. 5 yard, 4th down.
He was trying to close the gap down.
So that gives Wayner a little bit more room to work with. For Wayner, the key will be make sure you hold on to the ball. Don't fumble it away, because that's happened twice for Trotwood, and Alter has been able to turn that into 10 points as a result.
They're coming after it.
Odumodu gets the punt away.
That's the most
important
thing.
No flag. Wayner takes it, does not fair catch, but is taken down for no loss at the 36.
I was surprised he didn't fair catch that. He's got nobody blocking for him. They all went for the block. He's on his own, so that was one time you throw your hand up. Be a Statue of Liberty. Take the fair catch.
So 100 seconds to go in regulation time. Alter with the ball, trailing by 8. They can get a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie the game, and that would force overtime. Would be the first overtime game on Thursday Night Lights we've had in some time. We did not have any last year. We have not had any this year so far. But here we go. 100 seconds, 63 yards. And the first play of the drive is a handoff. Spinning around as Noah Jones got out to the 40, but taken down. Didn't get much after that.
Trying to catch him off guard.
So it brings up second and 7.
Move fast. I still got to give, you got to give Carter Sheets an opportunity on one of these downs.
Knights have no timeouts. Connor rolling to his right, completes the pass past midfield, and good for an Alter first down.
Yeah, the clock does stop on first downs in high school football.
It was John Tiemann who got separation into the defensive secondary and was wide open for the catch. And that's a first down presented by Bathmasters.
They're in Trotwood's side of the football field. They're in their territory.
From the Ram 45. Connor forced back across midfield, and his pass down the far sideline incomplete, so it brings up second down, and more importantly from the Alter point of view, it does stop the clock with 1:01 to go.
Yeah, Alter has to use this clock wisely. You know, if you're Trotwood, you know, to keep the ball in the, in the middle of the field. Don't let them throw the ball outside the numbers where they can easily get out of bounds. You don't mind letting them catch the ball in the middle of the field. That way you can tackle them and keep the clock running, as long as it's short of the first down. That defensive line is tired right now, but you got to find something to get a rush on the quarterback.
Second and 10 from the 45. Connor throwing to his right. It is complete inside the 30 for another Knight first down. Michael Russ on the reception.
Excellent catch. Got his feet down, went up high, for that catch. Now, Gavin Connor is a big-time quarterback. He gives his guys an opportunity to make the play.
What maneuverability on the part of Connor, and that's an Alter first down presented by Bathmasters, and it puts the Knights at the Trotwood 27-yard line, 54 seconds to go. One man in the backfield, Noah Jones.
You got to keep Gavin Connor in that pocket. He's dangerous outside of that pocket.
Well, Connor quickly forced to his right. He's well behind the line of scrimmage. Gets the throw nearly to his receiver, Carter Sheets, but it was well beyond the boundary of the sideline, so it's going to be incomplete. Brings up second down. 48 seconds to go now.
I mentioned Amari Rogers earlier. He's slippery, hard to get to it, but so is Gavin Connor. You want to hem him up in the pocket, but when he gets out of that pocket, a lot of good things happen for this alternate football team.
27 yards away are the Alter Knights. They have 27 yards for a touchdown and a 2-point conversion attempt that would tie the game at 35 after they were down as many as 15 in the fourth quarter. Connor with a screen pass complete to Noah Jones. He does not get out of bounds. He gets across the 25-yard line, but it's tackled inbound, so the clock running now under 40 seconds.
Third down, you don't want to clock the ball, so you want to give yourself a chance.
And Connor quickly throws left, complete.
The clock is running. You can't clock it on fourth down. You got to go for
fourth down.
You got to get the call.
John Keekley had the completion, but fourth down and 5. Here's the game. 15 seconds left.
I don't know if they got everyone set there.
Connor rolling to his right, throwing across the middle, bobbled, nearly intercepted, but it's incomplete. No flag, and the Trotwood defense holds for a turnover on downs.
When that clock is ticking down like that, you want to get the play. You want to be fast. You want to give yourself a chance. But Gavin Connor is under duress.
Connor's throw nearly caught by Noah Jones, and that would have been a first down. And Dexter Owensby Jr. had a chance for an interception. What a finish to an exciting game. We wanted the anticipation of last year, and my goodness, have we gotten it.
It came down to the last play. Either you make a play or you don't. The clock would have stopped if he was able to hang on to that football.
So Tim Carpenter in victory formation as Trotwood Madison will move to 3-1 but they had to work for it. Down 17-7 at halftime, 28 second-half points, and a defensive hold at the very end. And the Trotwood Madison Rams will take home the Champions Trophy on Thursday Night Lights. We'll have the trophy presentation and final thoughts coming up next. Trotwood wins 35-27 on week 4 of Thursday Night Lights. Timeout from Xenia. Anticipating a great game tonight between the Trotwood Madison Rams and Alter Knights, and if you're a fan of offense, we certainly had that. The Rams coming from behind to win 35-27, and the winning team is with Tej Joshi for the trophy presentation. Tej?
Coach, I had a feeling that it was going to be a good game tonight, and it certainly was. Tell me, how were you guys able to have that huge third quarter and bring the game around?
Well, we just came out. We know it's a 48-minute ball game, so we just made our adjustments at halftime, and we just came out. We wanted to run the ball, show our identity, and go out there and get the victory.
Now, of course, it's a team game, but do you have a couple seniors, any players that you want to highlight that made this win possible?
Well, they're a senior group. They've been together since they were young, so I kind of want to keep them together. That's what they have been. They took their senior pictures yesterday, and they all ugly, so there you go. You can take all the seniors.
All right, my last question for you before we get you guys to celebrating. Like you said, it's a team effort, and you got 48 minutes to the game. What is your coaching style? What do you do to keep everybody motivated to, make sure you can come back? Because you guys came back and beat Alter with a game we had last year. You did it again this year. How do you keep everybody so motivated?
Well, the only thing we do is we go out, we try to execute during the week. We understand it's a 48-minute ball game. We understand where we want to be at the end of the year. We take it one game at a time. Right now, we put our seasons in quarters. So we're in the first quarter. We came out positive with a 3-1 record. We start the second quarter after we play our next ball game. So we just try to keep the guys that way and try to teach them about SWOT analysis, about the strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats, and hopefully they buy into it and come out and execute.
My dad's a business professor. He taught me SWOT analysis my whole life, so I'm glad you mentioned that. It's time now to celebrate. Here is your Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken TNL Thursday Night Lights Champions Trophy for you and the whole team to celebrate.
All right now.
Yeah.
Mama on TV, yes sir. Hi mama, yo what's up mama?
you want to pass it around?
Oh yeah, pass it around.
All right, back to you guys up in the booth. They're having fun down here.
Well, that's a very happy Tim Carpenter III. He'll be having a lot more of those on-field moments in a couple years when he goes to Indiana University and excels there as he has for the Trotwood Madison Rams, and now his third year as starting quarterback. Time now to take a look at our superlatives of what was a fantastic night of high school football at Doug Adams Stadium in Xenia. We're going to start with our drive of the game presented by Carol Wirtz Tire Company, and it was this fumble that was picked up by the Trotwood freshman defensive lineman, and that started a short field.
Absolutely, you needed that. You set it up, give your offense a chance to make a play.
And then
go ahead, Tim Carpenter. He was just special, making plays all night with his arm and his legs. And when in doubt, get the ball to that guy.
And it was this touchdown pass that
Armani Rogers.
It was this touchdown pass to Armani Rogers that was the result of the turnover, and that gave the Trotwood Madison Rams their first lead of the night at 21-17. It was a lead they would not relinquish, and that is the drive of the game. Our play of the game presented by Carol Wirtz Tire Company. It's going to be this pass on their next drive in the third quarter. A 56-yard completion from Carpenter to Rogers. Carpenter hit right as he threw the ball, but he was able to get enough air under it. Rogers was able to get enough speed to have a step on the defender and race into the end zone for a touchdown that put the Rams up 28-20.
That probably sound like Mark Jackson, like, Mama, there go that man again. Mr. Armani Rogers, excellent touchdown for your second touchdown of the day.
Well, our player of the game, presented by Carol Wirtz Tire Company, is senior running back Mike Smith of Trotwood Madison. He had 3 touchdowns and several timely runs. He was the first touchdown of the night for the Rams at a 9-yard score in the second quarter to put Trotwood on the board within 10-7. Then the first drive of the second half. In fact, I think it was the third or fourth play of the second half. It was this 69-yard scamper, finding space through defenders to the far side of the field, to a place where no one would be able to catch him. And then Smith also opening the fourth quarter with a 15-yard touchdown run, able to hold off defenders long enough to break the plane. So a 3-touchdown night for the future University of Akron Zip, Michael Smith. He is the Carol Wirtz Tire Company Player of the Game. Well,
yeah, congratulations to Mike. That's just awesome. He'll look at this film back 15, 20 years from now, man. What about that Thursday night light game I had when I was in high school?
Well, we've had two Thursday night games. As we take a look at the final stats, Alter does have the edge in total yards, and they did have the edge passing, and they did make it a game. They fell behind for a bit in the third quarter. They did rally. They had that chance. Who knows what would have happened had a couple passes been caught, but what a great game overall, Keith Byers, and we were hopeful for a great game, and it was a lot to live up to the bar that last year's matchup set between the Rams and Knights, and no question tonight exceeded that.
Oh, absolutely. You know, what a game. You look at the thing that jumps off that screen to me is the turnovers.
Yes.
You know, Alter had 4, Trotwood only had 1, 3 turnovers, and it's still you lose by 1 score. If you're Alter, you're upset about that, and you're Trotwood, you're like, these are the reasons why we win. We had 4 turnovers tonight. We took the ball away from the other team 4 times. Last week in Springfield, they took it away 5 times. That defense has been outstanding all season long. Opportunistic. You know, it's a team sport. I was out there at practice yesterday. You know, you try to talk to kids and what do you want to do? And one thing that Coach Graham was, you know, stressing to the players, offense, defense, special teams win the football game. And all 3 facets have something to do with the success of tonight's game.
So Trotwood Madison moves to 3-1. They will continue their streak and momentum, go for a 4th straight win next week at Withrow. Alter is home next week. They are 2-2. They will be taking on Bellbrook. That will conclude week 4 of Thursday Night Lights. Thank you to everyone who tuned in on MyTV Dayton or online or on Facebook. Next week we'll be in Waynesville as the Oakwood Lumberjacks take on the Waynesville Spartans. For Keith Byers, Tej Joshi, and our crew, I'm Matt Digby, signing off from Xenia. Good night.